Miners wrap up a stretch of 9 games in 8 days as they welcome the Anchorage Bucs to Herman Brothers Field. Hi friends, Trey Yannity, Howie Boxy with you. Trey, the Miners are 13-2. They're winners of 7 straight.
This team is red hot, Howie. 7 in a row. That followed a 6-game win streak to start this season, of course. And it was Miners early last night. Nathan Rose drove in the first run, but then Josh Pano, it became his night as he drives in the double here to make it 7-1. It would cut it to 7-3, make it a 4-run game. But Pano, JP, a 2-run bomb, making it 9-3, eliminating the Bucs in this game. Josh Pano will not be playing tonight, though, as he is day-to-day. Hope to see him back on Saturday. But the Miners and the Bucs looking for round number 4 this week.
First injury of the year for the Miners. We hope Josh Pano gets better soon, as the Miners will look for win number 5 against the Anchorage Bucs in 5 tries. Stick around. Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. Keys to the game, lineups, and first pitch right after this. Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field, where the Matsu Miners and the Anchorage Bucs are set for Thursday night baseball. Trey Yannity alongside Howie Boxley. Trey, the Miners are 13-2. What do they have to do to keep it rolling as we take a look at our keys to the game presented by Napa?
I'd love to see this offense continue to dominate here, but stay loose in the pen as well. We've seen this bullpen get taxed. This is an 8-game stretch, so you got to hope that they are able to stay loose, stay healthy, and get some rest tomorrow. This is the last day of this stretch, so all you have to do is get through tonight, and then you get to move on to that rest. So keeping that in mind, let's see if they can get another big win over these Bucs.
Rhett McCafferty, the starting pitcher for the Miners, he's ready to go. So is Cody Grayback in the left-handed batter's box. And the first pitch of the game is a fastball and a called strike. 7:01 local time, first pitch. As Cody Grayback is the batter, game time temperature 77 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Hottest game of the year for Matsu. Grayback pops this one up on the infield. Jacob Steele, the shortstop, is under it, and he's got it for out number 1. Steele, the shortstop in this game. Casey Sunseri starts at third. Nathan Rose and Nick Sorelli at second and first. Steven Lancia, the catcher for Rhett McCafferty. Alex Vergara, the left fielder. Carter Young in center. Blake Avila, the right fielder, to start this game for the Miners, who are in their home white uniforms, white pants, green lettering and numerals outlined in yellow, gold caps with the green bills. Garrett Anglin bats now. First pitch is an off-speed pitch called a strike. Connor Lindsay has the plate in this one. Levante Palmer, the first base umpire. Third base umpire, Jacob Waldrop. McCafferty into the windup and the 0-1. Fastball right there, strike 2. Great work, Trey. As our main camera is back up after out number 1. Rhett McCafferty looking good so far. His 0-2 pitch to Garrett Anglin stays high.
Yeah, big shout out to the interns for helping us get back live here. As we know we had some video issues last night. We were back home tonight, hoping to avoid them, and only took about 1 out, Howie, but we're back. We are live.
McCafferty brings the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball out to second. Rose can't get there. A diving effort. That ball's into center field. It's a 1-out base knock for Garrett Anglin.
It's going to be interesting to see how this Bucs team can roll over into tonight. We saw the offense struggle at the beginning of that game. They picked it up as it went on. Saw a couple of 2 spots there in the later innings. See if they keep it going tonight. And, of course, Howie, this lineup looks similar to what we saw at the beginning of the game yesterday. Changed a lot.
Also saw a home run last night from Mitch Simon, a 2-run blast over the left field wall. Who bats right now? Mitch Simon, the third baseman, to start this game, as Trey mentioned. First pitch to Mitch is an off-speed pitch that stays high. We saw 5 substitutions yesterday, 11 different defensive moves by Ken Hocuff and his staff. Every position besides catcher saw at least 2 different people play it. Shortstop saw 3, as McCafferty's 1-0 skips up there, and a nice bounce, nice stop by Lancia. But Trey, a lot of moving parts yesterday.
Yeah, that game really turned on its head as it continued on, and we didn't know what it was going to look like as far as the substitutions went. This Anchorage team has a deep bench, Howie, as we noted throughout that game, but didn't think we would see 5 substitutions, and just about everybody moved around.
2-0 pitch to Mitch Simon. Check swing. He didn't go. Says first base umpire Levante Palmer. Pitch miss low. It's now 3-0. Rhett McCafferty, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, a left-hander. He's started 2 games so far this year for the Miners. Allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Walked 4, struck out 11. 3-0. High ball 4 as he walks Mitch Simon here. 2 on, 1 out here in the first.
Yeah, just got to settle down early in this game. McCafferty looked really good his last time out, Howie. We saw him get on the mound at Chugiak. Had a nice effort there. Let's see how he can respond to this early stretch of walks.
Michael Diaz, the batter now, cleanup hitter. We will take a look at the rest of the Bucs starting lineup right after the first pitch to Michael Diaz, who bats with 2 on and 1 out here in the first. Cafferty brings it to him. Swinging a shot down the right field line. That ball is down, a fair ball into the corner. Rounding third, coming home is Anglin. Mitch Simon on his way to third. It's an RBI double for Michael Diaz, and the Bucs strike first in the first.
Yeah, how about this Bucs lineup jumping right into it as we take a look at what they have tonight, Howie? Cody Grebeck, we already saw him score there. Garrett Anglin batting second, Mitch Simon, Michael Diaz, Mason Marenko, Dylan Fesperman back over at first base tonight. Derek Smith behind the plate for the first time we've gotten to see him this season. Dom Chacon starts in right field, and Dylan Maltby, the designated hitter, down at the 9. He will be making a start tonight as well.
Mason Marenko bats now, chops that one up the middle. That's going to get through for a hit. 1 run scores. Michael Diaz being waved around. Carter Young can't get it in time. 2 more runs for the Bucs. It's a 3 spot already here in the first.
Not the start you wanted if you're the Miners and Rhett McCafferty. We've seen this Miners team come back down 4-0 twice this year, and you know, Howie, if you're going to look up at a deficit, it might as well be the first inning.
Line keeps on moving with Dylan Fesperman coming up next. Some early adversity here for the Miners, who took care of business last night against the Bucs in a 9-5 victory. They're 4-0 on this Anchorage team coming in. We saw in Game 1 between these two teams, pitch to Fesperman off the plate outside. As you mentioned, Miners behind 4-0, behind 5-4. They rally and they win the game 13 days after it started.
Yeah, it was an odd doubleheader on Monday. Needed just 20 minutes for Game 1 and ultimately only played 8 innings, even though we called it a doubleheader.
1-0 pitch to Fesperman. Fastball strike. Yeah, you heard in the open, 9 games in 8 days for the Miners, although that is a bit inflated maybe. It's not that it's not true, but one of the games 1 inning, one of the games 7 innings.
Yep.
So not as much tax on the Miners as it could be. 1-0 pitch to Fesperman. Swung on and nubbed out to Nathan Rose, who can't handle it. That ball's into right field, an error on Nathan Rose. And Dylan Fesperman will reach. 2 on, 1 out, 3 in for Anchorage here in the first.
Well, things can't get much worse at this point, Howie. We haven't seen any long balls yet, but we're seeing errors now pile up on top of hits and walks. Not a good combination if you're the team in the field.
It was a pop out to Cody Grebeck to start the game. A single for Garrett Anglin. Mitch Simon walked, an RBI double for Diaz. 2 RBI single for Marenko, and now an E4, 15th of the year by the Miners defense. Charge to Nathan Rose. Derek Smith bats, first pitch. Tried an off-speed pitch and missed with it so far early on for Rhett McCafferty. Just not as sharp as we've seen him in outings past.
Yeah, not at all, and we're seeing these hitters really jump up on him early in counts, throwing a lot of fastballs. Pitch number 1 or 2.
1-0 to Derek Smith. Swing and a miss. Fastball right on by. That is a good point. Trey, a lot of the hitters swinging really early in the counts. They're jumping on McCafferty, not letting him get ahead. That's been the formula for the Miners on the offensive side of things, jumping on pitchers, and the Bucs giving the Matsu team a taste of their own medicine right now. 1-0 misses high to Dylan Fesperman. Now 2 balls and 1 strike on Dylan. The Bucs in their black tops, gray pants, Yellow lettering and numerals outlined in black. It's a B on the left chest for Anchorage. 2-1 pitch from McCafferty. Inside, 3 balls and a strike as the Bucs threaten for a massive inning here in the first.
You know, at least the saving grace, you are on the final game of this 9-gamer, so you know who you have available. It's not like you have to save anybody for the next day, but don't like this.
3-1. Fastball. Called strike over the outside corner by Connor Lindsay. Derek Smith arches his back at that call. Thought it might have been off the plate for ball 4, did Smith. Payoff count now to Derek Smith. Marinko on second, Fesperman on first. It's already 3-0 Bucs early on. 3-2. Good pitch, outside corner, strike 3 called.
Yeah, I'm surprised he thought it was a ball there as you saw the hitter kind of take a step towards first base. What a beautiful pitch, and great to see it from McCafferty after such a brutal start in this game. He still has the confidence, still trusts in what he's doing, and isn't going to shy away from throwing a curveball like that. Dangerous there, but the strikeout.
Now the Miners are only 1 out away from getting out of the inning. It seems oftentimes, Trey, early in the season, for a Miners team who's 13-2, when they have their backs up against the wall, they're able to battle and not give the game away early. As Chacon takes high for ball 1. We saw Owen Lesh in yesterday's game, 2nd inning. The Bucs tied it. They had the bases loaded. He left them there. So McCafferty here, he's given up 3 runs, but 1 out could be a lot worse. If you get Chacon here, you feel pretty good about your chances with how good the offense has been.
Yeah.
1-0. Nearly hit him, 2-0.
And I think first inning rallies like this maybe aren't the worst thing in the world. You see this in the 5th, the 6th, maybe the middle innings. Guys get lackadaisical. They stop caring. They see one mistake pile onto another. You're early in this game. There's still so much time, so much baseball to be played.
McCafferty stares down Lancia. Sets belt high. Delivers the 2-0. And instead steps off and checks on Marinko at the second base bag.
And nobody holding him on really either runner at this point.
Saw that a few times yesterday, just pitchers resetting. Of course, he wasn't ever going to throw that, as now Dom Chacon wants to reset at the plate. There was no one to throw to at second, but McCafferty wanted to step off the hill, take a deep breath, gather himself for the 2-0. Swinging a little pop, foul territory, Sunseri over, near the gravel, makes an awkward effort at it, and can't come up with it.
Yeah, awkward's a perfect word there, Howie. It looked like he didn't realize how much room he had up against the wall. The fence is chain link, coming off of some gray gravel. On the other side, it's worn down asphalt. It all looks about the same, and I think he maybe thought he was 1 or 2 steps closer to that wall.
Yeah, you can't see the gravel on your screen, as Trey mentioned. That chain link fence is only about 4 feet high, and there's probably about 10 feet of gravel, a warning track, I guess you could call it, separating the grass from the chain link, but makes for some awkward attempts. 2-1. Fastball that stays high. We walk on that gravel tray. It's kind of thick and weird. It's just a bit awkward, especially if you're trying to catch a baseball sprinting over out of the air.
And you don't really run out of room either. There's no lead up to that fence.
3-1. Swinging another pop and another chance for Sunseri, but this one will find its way over the chain link fence out of play.
This field was built for baseball originally. At the State Fairgrounds here. By the Herman Brothers Construction Group, of course. But I've always wondered why they decided on so much foul room.
There is a lot of it here. 322 down both lines. 390 to straightaway center where the American flag stands still. No wind. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Filthy off-speed pitch that got Dom Chacon. But the Bucs rally and score 3 times in the first inning. It's the Miners' chance. Up next, stick around. You're watching Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Bottom of the first, Miners with some work to do offensively. They trail the Bucs 3-0. Trey, let's take a look at Tyler LeBrun's starting 9 presented by Alaska Airlines.
Yeah, this lineup's going to need to do some work here, as you said, Howie. Now trailing 3-0, but it'll be Carter Young leading it off. Casey Sinceri back at third base tonight. Blake Avila reinserts into the lineup in right field. Lancia behind the plate. Sorelli at first. Nathan Rose at second. Vergara in left. Cade Manning will be DHing tonight. And Jacob Steele fills in for the injured Josh Pano. He'll be batting ninth and playing shortstop, as we now get a chance to see Carter Young for his first at-bat tonight.
Carter Young has been smoking hot at the top of the lineup for Matsu since the 17th of June, which was 6 days ago. Young, as he awaits the first pitch from Wild, swings and shoots it out to the left center field gap, but that's going to hang up for Michael Diaz, who makes the play for out number 1. Young, since the 17th of June, 10 for 16 at the plate, now 10 for 17. He's reached base successfully 15 of 22 times. Good for a .682 on-base percentage over the last 6 days for Carter Young, who lines out sharply to left field to start the bottom of the first. Casey Sinceri will step in now. As Trey mentioned, Josh Pano dealing with a minor injury. First pitch. Sinceri taking all the way, and it's a fastball right down the middle.
Yeah, you know, Pano has been the glue of this lineup, Howie, and of course the glue on defense as well. This patented move at shortstop.
Fastball called strike, upper half to Sinceri.
But from what it seems, this isn't something too serious. Coach Tyler LeBrun told us. Sitting him out today, knows he has the off day tomorrow. Get some rest then. Hope to see him back again on Saturday.
0-2. Swinging a pop-up. Shallow right field. On is Dom Chacon, and he will call off Marinko and Anglem. Make the catch for out number 2. Yeah, a minor ankle sprain for Josh Pano, who is listed as day-to-day by the head coach himself. Again, as Trey mentioned, sitting today, off day tomorrow, and hopefully he will be better on Saturday, as Blake Avila will bat. Quickly 2 outs produced by Owen Wild, who is a good pitcher. Gonzaga University for Owen Wild. Right-hander brings the first pitch to Avila, who takes it off the plate outside. He's a 6'3", 215-pound right-hander who sported a .303 ERA this year at Gonzaga, went 9-1 over 16 appearances and 8 games started. Great numbers, 1-0. Fouled away.
You know, even if he doesn't come back on Saturday, I don't think it's too much of a reason to be concerned. Let him get healthy. You have the versatility on this team to do so. Jacob Steele playing shortstop tonight. You can see Nathan Rose there maybe. Give him, due time to get right.
1-1. Swing and a line drive to right center field. That's going to send Chacon back at the wall. He can't get it. It's off the wall. Blake Avila scrambling to second. Another extra base hit for Blake Avila. This one comes with 2 outs in the first.
Blake Avila may be the best hitter I've seen in summer collegiate baseball. He is at the top of the league in runs batted in. Got here late, of course. Leads the team in home runs. And just continues to find a way. 2 outs, nobody on. Gets a ball in the hands. Takes it right where it came from. Nice piece of hitting there.
Third double of the year for Blake Avila, who's now 15 for his first 40. Also has 3 home runs, and as Trey mentioned, 14 RBIs. Steven Lancia will bat. Good game for Lancia yesterday. 3 for 5 with the triple. First pitch. Swinging a high pop. Foul territory. First baseman Fesperman over. He's into the gravel now. Over the fence, and he botches it at the fence. Wow. Reached over, and the ball hit off of his glove and then went careening into the fans. So a misplay by Fesperman, who was over in plenty of time, but couldn't stick it in the webbing.
Just wanted to hook one of those youngsters up with a souvenir, of course, there, Howie. No, it's funny. We were just talking about it. You just really don't have a feel for how much space you have down there. I think it makes you nervous being close to that fence.
And as I mentioned in the top of the first inning, the fence isn't high, 3, maybe 4 feet tall at most. So Fesperman with plenty of size over there, but it just didn't stick, so it's a foul ball. 0-1. Drops in for a strike.
My favorite part of the first third of our games? Well, let's find out where everybody's listening from. Let us know in the comments section. I'm sure we have Missouri represented, Pennsylvania, California, Arizona, wherever you're listening. Let us know. Thank you for being here tonight.
0-2 pitch from Wild. Stays high. Wild, not very wild. 24 walks this year at Gonzaga. 83 strikeouts over just over 74 innings. He's ahead of Lancey here, 1-2. 2 outs of Elon second. Bucs lead 3-0 here in the first. The pitch. Up and away.
Steven Lancia continues to find a way to stick in this lineup. Working on maybe another hit streak now. We saw, I believe, 3 hits again last night.
Comes in hitting .306 to this game. Added 3 more to that tally last night, including a 2 RBI triple. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball and a good one from Owen Wild. 2-out double stranded right there at second base by the Miners. We are through 1 complete from Herman Brothers Field. It's the Bucs 3 and the Miners nothing as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. The Alaska Highway Safety Office reminds you that when your speed increases on the road, so does the chance for a crash. Don't put your schedule ahead of everybody else's safety. Stop speeding before it stops you. This message brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office. Top of the second inning. Bucs lead 3-0. Jumped on Rhett McCafferty early on. And they will send up Dylan Maltby, Cody Grebeck, and Garrett Anglum to the plate here in the second. Hottest game of the year, Trey. 77 degrees at first pitch, shattering the record of the year, which is 73 degrees at first pitch. But it was pretty hot out there, setting up the cameras. I know you were. I was in center field setting up a camera, and I was like, man, it's a little bit warmer than usual as Maltby stands in and takes an off-speed pitch for a called strike.
This is paradise, in my opinion. I mean, I think coming from the Southeast, and I had a conversation with somebody at the ballpark already that told me they've been to Louisiana 1 time already this year.
So 1 misses down and away.
Said it was absolutely miserable. I'm loving this. I mean, it's hotter than what it usually is around South Central Alaska, but I think it's perfect.
1-1, grounded foul. And I think that a number of these Miners players would agree with you. Trey Triolo, one of them, who said it gets a little chilly during the games.
If you listened to us a couple Sundays ago, that's where my gripe was as well.
1-2, strike 3 called. 3 straight strikeouts for Rhett McCafferty, who settled in nicely after allowing 3 first-inning runs.
Sometimes you just need a few outs. You need to see swings and misses. You need to get some confidence. Rhett McCafferty has looked very solid after he started out a hit to the second batter Anglum, a walk, double, another hit, an error. Since then, like you said, Howie, 3 consecutive Ks.
Cody Grebeck, the batter. Check swing. He went, says third base umpire Jacob Waldrop. Strike after strike here for Rhett McCafferty. As Connor Lindsay says, no, we're not doing that. Heard some chatter from the Bucs dugout over on the third base side. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball hit sharply out to Sorelli. He'll go to one knee, take it to the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down here in the second.
I really like that. I mean, Connor Lindsay is kind of the crew chief of the league, I would say, as far as the umpires go. Takes charge and shuts down any kind of chirping that his crew would receive tonight early on.
Yeah, him along with Brad Polk, of course. As Garrett Anglum bats here. Got the rally started in the first with a single, eventually scored on a double by Diaz. The pitch. Off speed, stayed high. McCafferty with a bit of an awkward landing on that pitch.
As the season goes on, we see the mound deteriorate a bit.
1-0. Tried to snap that off, couldn't. 2-0.
Yeah, Steve Lindsay knows what's going on. He said 77 degrees and low humidity. We would kill for that down here in Memphis, Tennessee.
I bet they would. 2-0. Swing, lost his bat, sent the foul ball right back at us. Wow, that was a double whammy, Trey.
That ball really would have come in. I mean, no fence. That was right in our lap, Howie.
Yeah, with the window open as well. Good thing we got the chain link right in front that our camera shoots through.
See, we had the foul ball in Anchorage about 2 weeks ago now. I was not prepared for that one. I don't know. I'd like to have a glove. Give me a chance at it.
So Garrett Anglem will go retrieve his bat, which he slung towards his own dugout. Friendly fire down there. And we'll try to grip it a bit tighter with his gray and red batting gloves.
That's the third time we've seen that this season, Howie. Nobody wants to hold on to the bat.
2-1. Downstairs, 3-1. Yeah, in one game, we saw 2 thrown at our dugout. One of them hit the top of our dugout, fell down. That's pretty dangerous. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. And it's full now. We've seen a bat fly over into the fans, which is really dangerous. Saw some little kids riding around down there. Just hold on to the bat, fellas. Come on now. 3-2. Swinging a pop-up. This one will get out of play.
Well, and I think it's so funny, Howie, because it's such a serious game at times. And the summer collegiate leagues, maybe not as much so, but you see guys put on that game face. They step in there, and then they just really don't know what to do once they lose the bat. We saw this very Bucs team, can't remember which one, but guy just fell on his face last night running onto the field.
3-2, swung on, grounded softly to the left side. Tough play for Jacob Steele in the hole, long throw. And a valiant effort, but they won't get Anglem. It's an infield hit for Garrett with 2 outs.
Yeah, it's a tough play to make there. You wonder what Josh Pano would have done with it. Maybe the best shortstop play we've seen in the entire league this season, but would have been hard for anybody out there.
And the guy comes up who fell flat on his face last night, Trey. It's Mitch Simon, who during introduction just fell down.
Well, he handled it so
and
well.
Stayed there for about 10 seconds and then got up, gave the thumbs up to everybody.
He's got to roll with it.
Down. First pitch to Simon is below his knees for ball 1. Also saw some fun last night with Cam McGee, who was one of the many substitutions. Came in the game, first pitch, shattered his bat on a pop-up. The next time he came up, broke the end of his bat. He was 2 for 2 with broken bats as Simon swings and misses. I have never seen that. One guy, 2 swings, 2 broken bats.
It was the first pitch of each at bat. He wasted no time. They say you see something different at the ballpark every night. That is truly the case, especially here in Alaska.
1-1 to Simon. Runner goes. Pitch called strike. Throw down to second. Is on the money. Steven Lancia guns down another man to end the inning. Wow, what a laser by Steven. We're through 1.5. It's the Bucs 3 and the Miners nothing as we cruise right along. Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Bottom of the second on a Thursday night. Bucs 3, Miners nothing. Nick Sorelli will lead off against Owen Wild, who's worked one scoreless inning to this point. Sorelli, an off day yesterday with the left-hander working, the veteran on the team, second year, 8 for his first 35 at the plate. He's walked 17 times to this point, hit a couple homers. First pitch, swing and a cut, fouled straight back.
Yeah, we really saw the bat come alive again on Sunday. Had a home run in that game. Couple extra base knocks.
A 1 pitch from Wild. Fastball right there. If you can live there on these left-handed power hitters for the Miners, you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, you're facing the lefty as a righty. You absolutely need those to go.
0-2. Tried the same spot, but this one up and out of the zone. It's really just so good and not swinging at anything that doesn't cross over the pentagon in between his knees and shoulders. 1-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball gets Nick Sorelli to start the second.
That was a big cut there. With 2 strikes, saw him choke up a little bit, but that high heat, almost impossible to lay off of. So we see Sorelli down a spot tonight to number 5.
Second strikeout in a row for Owen Wild, who got Lancia swinging to end the first. Nathan Rose will bat now, 8 for his first 40 with 13 runs scored for the Miners. Wild into the windup, first pitch. Breaking ball called a strike.
Waiting for my guy to hop in the comments section and call out the Moon Man here, Nathan Rose.
0-1. Fastball, strike 2. Wild working quickly, delivering strikes.
As we are joined by Amanda Rodriguez, coming from Corpus Christi, Texas tonight. Christopher Gibson, not too far away in Bryan.
0-2. Swinging a fly ball to right field, hit pretty deep. Dom Chacon back near the line, and he makes the catch and foul ground for out number 2.
And ball had some carry on it from Nathan Rose.
Yeah, it did. Got up a little bit, went further than I thought it was going to. As Alex Vergara will bat now. He has been struggling for the Miners. 8 for his first 51 at the plate. He struck out 18 times. We'll try to get off the schneid tonight against a tough customer in Owen Wild. First pitch from Owen. All-speed pitch and a called strike.
Yeah, Vergara's been slumping a little bit as the season has gone on here, but we know what he can do. Just takes a few knocks. So much protection in this lineup, too.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Vergara hit .313 at Weatherford College. Knocked in 39, 14 doubles, 12 homers. He's behind Wild, 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
Wow.
Good inning for Owen Wild. He strikes out 2 and gets a foul out. We are through 2 complete at Herman Brothers Field. Bucs maintain a 3-0 lead as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Top of the third, Mitch Simon will lead off for the Anchorage Bucs. Walked and scored a run. Rhett McCafferty back to work. First pitch. Grounded off of Simon and a foul ball. You know, starts like these, Trey, really important for your team, whether the Miners win or lose this game. As a starter, when you struggle early, there is pretty much one or two things that can happen. 0-1, just missed off the plate. Sometimes you cave and you're out really early. You just can't get it back. You give up a bunch of runs and you're yanked early. Not too dissimilar from what we saw the other night. So that's a good off-speed pitch, swung and a miss from C.J. Hood, who was pulled out after one inning. On the other hand, you can work through the kinks, get through 3, 4, 5 innings, and really save your bullpen. 1-2, misses low, and that's what McCafferty is trying to do here in this one.
I think that's the chemistry of this team. I mean, that's how they were built this offseason by the general manager, Pete Christopher.
2-2, swinging a ground ball foul.
You know, we got a lot of guys that are just resilient, guys that aren't going to step out of line as far as egos go, or guys that are going to want too much attention, and also guys that aren't going to give up on themselves. He found the perfect mix. Guys like Rhett McCafferty, guys even like C.J. Hood.
2-2, misses low, 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
That I think will figure it out. You know, just watching his stuff and the way he works, I think we'll see better days from C.J. Hood. But for Rhett McCafferty to come out there, everything going wrong.
Payoff, hit hard, in between second and first, leadoff single for Mitch Simon.
For him to respond the way he did, a couple of strikeouts, had 3 in a row into the second inning, and kept him off the board there. Obviously allows the base hit to lead it off, but you have to applaud the effort to this point. For him to settle it down, that could have been a 4, 5, 6 run inning, and it wasn't. They kept it at 3, and that's where we stand.
That is where we stand at the moment. Bucs 3, Miners nothing. Left fielder Michael Diaz will bat with Mitch Simon aboard to lead off the third. The pitch. Swung on, hit out to third. Sinceri has that. Fires to second for 1. The return to first is a stretch by Sorelli. In time. Nice 5-4-3 double play turned by the Miners defense. 17th of the year.
You know, when you're rolling, when you have that confidence to be able to attack the zone, continue to throw strikes, good things are going to happen like that. Rhett McCafferty walked 1 in that first inning, had an error behind him, 3 hits, but he didn't let it get to him. He still attacked the zone, threw strikes, because he knows how good this defense is. He knows they will pick him up.
Mason Marinko bats now and takes low for ball 1. That was an excellent play by the defense there. Everything had to go right. Sinceri had to field the ball cleanly, make a strong throw to second. Nathan Rose had to do the same, and a stretch over there by Sorelli to secure the double play, as it's now 2-0 on Mason Marinko.
We have the Avila family watching from Arizona tonight. Enjoying watching Blake do his thing. Go Miners. We are too, let me tell you.
2-0. Downstairs, 3 balls and no strikes now on Mason.
We have Amy Vergara in from Arkansas. Shout out for Alex.
3-0. Swung on and hit high in the air out to right field. Blake Avila sent back towards the wall, looks up. That ball is off the wall. Marinko rounds second, heads for third. Rose's throw is going to be not in time. 2-out triple for Mason Marinko on a ball that kept going.
You don't want to see triples at any point, but you almost can live with that, Howie. That ball looked like it was out, and you have 2 outs in the inning. All you need is 1. Could go unnoticed. Could end up hurting you here, of course, but you can live with a 2-out triple as long as you get that third one.
Dylan Vesperman will try to bring home Marinko. Ball is carrying on a hot night. See if the Miners can take advantage of it.
2 from Arkansas, Martin Felsenfeld.
First pitch to Vesperman. Right there, a strike. Cade Manning, Jacob Steele, Carter Young will bat in the bottom of the third. 8-9-1 for Matt Sue. 0-1 to Vesperman. Off the plate, down and away. Vesperman reached on an error in the first inning.
I don't want to jinx it, Howie, but I think the cotton's gone away.
Still some flying. 1-1. Way high. 2 balls and a strike. See some down the right field line here. But certainly not as much, that's for sure.
We scared it off.
2-1. Curveball just missed. McCafferty pounds the glove with his fist. He wanted that call from Lindsay, didn't get it. Hitters count for Fesperman. Runner on third, 2 outs. Bucs 3, Miners nothing. McCafferty into the windup, the 3-1. Curveball, high. Fesperman walks with 2 outs.
It's got to be a really frustrating effort tonight for McCafferty. He's bounced back well, like we said at the top here, but not getting calls like that. It's a hot night. Is that errors behind him? I guess error, but been a frustrating start for Rhett McCafferty.
Steven Lancia will hop out of his crouch and give signs to his defense. As Derek Smith, the catcher, will bat. McCafferty struck him out the first time up. Runners on the corners here as the Bucs try to expand their 3-0 lead. 9th game in 8 days for the Miners, who come in riding a 7-game winning streak, 13-2 on the year. First pitch misses low to Derek Smith. The Bucs 5-9 coming into play tonight. This is their 6th road game. They are 3-2 on the road. Miners are 8-2 at Herman Brothers Field. 1-0. Outside, Lancia brought it back, called strike. Good crowd again at Herman Brothers Field that always just seems to fill in, especially on nights like these. Attendance probably soaring up near 1,000 for Thursday night baseball. 1-1. Low ball 2.
Yeah, you can't miss this weather. This is perfect night for baseball. And you know how we've enjoyed being here at home, but really about to take to the road quite often.
The Miners will take to the road quite often following this 3-game homestand with the Bucs, Chinooks, and Bucs again. I mean, it is a doozy of a road trip, Trey. 2-1. Downstairs, 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, look at that. 27th, 29th, 30th, the 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th. Now the 1st and the 2nd there, too. The 9th, the 10th.
Yep, it's 12 games in a row on the road in league play with an American Legion All-Star game sandwiched in between. 3-1, swing and a miss. 12 games in a row on the road starting next Monday in league action. An incredible stretch of games for the Miners.
Hope you guys like YouTube.
3-2 pitch. Runner goes from first, cut on and miss, change up. Got Derek Smith to strike out for the 2nd time. 2-out triple and a walk. Both left right there. We're off to the bottom of the 3rd. Bucs 3, Miners nothing as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Bottom of the 3rd, Anchorage Bucs lead the Matsu Miners 3-0, but they do not lead in the Alaska Baseball League. Trey, let's take a look at the standings.
Yeah, let's take a look how as the Miners continue to dominate here early on in the season. Now at 13-2, 867 on that percentage. The Pilots right there at 7-4. It's been a hot Pilot squad. They're 4 games back. The Bucs now 7.5 back. They're tied with the Oilers. Different records though, 5-9 for the Bucs. The Oilers at 4-8. And the Chinooks at 3-9 in the basement. They're 8.5 games behind these very Miners. But in trouble tonight, still down 3-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Pilots run ruled The Peninsula Oilers last night, 13-3, spoiled the opening day party at Coral Seymour as Cade Manning leads off, swings and misses. Owen Wild has been really good. He set down 4 in a row, and he struck out 3 Miners hitters, but the Pilots have opened up a 3.5 game lead on second place. 0-1, swinging a fly ball, hit pretty well out to left. Michael Diaz hardly has to move, comes in a few steps, and makes the catch for out number 1.
We were driving back up from the lovely city of Anchorage last night, and I just happened to be sitting behind our head coach, Tyler LeBrun. How we were baseball philosophers, I'd like to think at times, and I've just had this theory, this idea that Cade Manning could play third base. Brought it up to him. Didn't like it very much. Told me I'm not allowed to ride on that van anymore, so.
Jacob Steele, the batter, and he takes a called strike outside. Don't worry, he told me to get out of his office earlier, so it's okay.
That's what those were the words he said?
0-1. Swung on, little tapper, might turn to gold if it's fielded in foul ground, which it is, and the throw is going to be wild into right field. Honestly, not a very good decision by Derek Smith, who probably should have let that one have a chance to roll foul, but it turns out to be a 10 feet hit for Jacob Steele.
This is just perfect. I mean, that ball in the thick grass here at Herman Brothers Field almost died immediately, and really nice effort there. But Jacob Steele, the speedy shortstop tonight, beats it out.
Of course, by the way, all joking, head coach Tyler LeBrun is a really good guy, likes to mess around, and we enjoy his company, especially after the games when the Miners win them. As Carter Young bats with 1 on and 1 out, the pitch, swing and a miss.
I mean, he really is. You and I both have been around several programs, the collegiate level. Been around professional baseball in a very limited capacity. Of course, around a good bit of summer baseball as well. It is so fun being around a guy like Tyler LeBrun at all times.
0-1. Outside, 0-2, tucked to Carter Young before the game in his red-hot start. Excuse me, not red-hot start, but he's been red-hot as of late. And he said, you know, when you start facing guys over and over, they maybe start to fall into patterns, and you're able to recognize what's going to happen. 0-2. Up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He said the righties like to throw fastballs in, change-ups away. So he just looks for that, but he was fooled by Owen Wild early on in the at-bat. Thought he was going to get a fastball, got something off speed. Steele leads off first, held on by Fesperman. 1-2 pitch from Owen Wild. Swing and a miss. Fastball and a pretty one over the outside corner. Carter couldn't catch that. 4 strikeouts for Owen Wild, 2 outs here in the third.
That just tells you how good Wild has been tonight. Carter Young has maybe been the hottest hitter in this league. Coming into tonight, got the day off yesterday. Maybe he's a little jet lagged, Howie, I don't know, but Owen Wild is rolling.
Casey Sunseri will bat now. Jacob Steele with a little tapper in front of the plate. That's why he's on first base. First pitch to Casey. Swinging a ground ball out to short. That's going to be fielded by Cody Graybeck. His long throw across is in time. Good play over there by Cody Graybeck. We're through 3 complete. Bucs lead the Miners 3-0. You watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Top of the fourth. Bucs lead it 3-0. Trey Yanity will try to turn the luck around here in the middle innings.
Yeah, let's see what we can do here, Howie. As we get started for inning number 4, it'll be Rhett McCafferty staying on the mound for these Miners. As we will get the chance to see Dom Chacon step in for his second at bat of the night. First pitch is swung on, lifted to the left side. That'll drift out of play. Be 0-1 on Chacon. Howie, it's been a rough night so far for the Miners. 3 first inning runs, 5 hits allowed, but McCafferty has done an excellent job of bouncing back.
Settled in nicely, taking care of the bottom of the lineup.
As that one is going to miss low. Fastball there. 1-1 now the count.
Struck out the bottom of the lineup 5 times in 5 plate appearances.
This pitch. Curveball drops in there for a strike. That's what this Miners team does. They settle in. Takes an inning or 2 at times. They win in a lot of different ways. I mean, we've seen them jump on teams, but tonight, different feel to it. 1-2, swing and a miss. And Rhett McCafferty to start the 4th has another strikeout.
Just feasting on the bottom of the Bucs order. He struck out Derek Smith twice, Dom Chacon twice.
Yeah.
Dylan Maltby will bat now. He struck him out once.
Maltby the designated hitter tonight. Struck out looking, as you said, Howie, there in the second.
These are the starts you need in a long season. Guys to gut it out.
As the first pitch swung on, rolled out to second. Nathan Rose, can of corn, he bobbles it though, recovers and has time to throw onto first base. An adventure there on a seemingly routine play, but Nathan Rose, the Moon Man, makes it happen, and that is out number 2.
Now batting shortstop, Cody Grayback.
If McCafferty can retire Grayback quickly, send the Miners back up there. Blake Avila leads off in the 4th, to be followed by Lancia and Sorelli. Owen Wild wouldn't get to sit down for very long on a hot night by Alaska standards.
As the first pitch to leadoff hitter, Cody Grayback, drops in there for a strike as well. Still all kinds of time, Howie, and on a night where we didn't know what to expect out of Owen Wild, our first time getting to see him, as the 0-1 is going to be called strike 2, working that outside corner now. We didn't expect this necessarily. It has been a dazzling start for the Bucs' go-to guy. As the 0-2 now from the windup. Swung on, hit out to short. McCafferty thought about trying to take a stab at it. Leaves it for Jacob Steele, who makes a nice play. And a nice throw on to first for out number 3. The Miners will come to bat. You said it, Howie. Blake Avila will lead it off as they try to come back down 3-0. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. The last of the 4th, it'll be Blake Avila leading it off for the Matsu Miners as they trail it 3-0. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. Avila had a double off the wall in his first at bat. He will face Owen Wild, who has been all but that. Howie, he has been amazing to this point in the night. Still no runs allowed. just 2 hits, and the first pitch to Avila. Fastball misses high. Avila a little bit surprised by that one, and it's mishandled by Derek Smith into the net, 1-0.
That was an awkward carom. Bounced way up off the glove of Smith, and back to the fence.
Now set the 1-0, swung on and softly rolled out to second base. Charging it is going to be Mason Marinko, and it's under his glove into right field. An error there by the second baseman on a chopping ground ball will put Blake Avila at first base, nobody out. Now the catcher tonight, Steven Lancia.
It was almost like Mason Marinko just thought he didn't have to look at the baseball to field it. Looked like his eyes were up all the way, thought it was just going to go into his webbing, and it did not. E4 to start the bottom of the 4th.
That'll even us up in the error column now, 1-1. But 3-0 Bucs. The Miners trying to rally here in the bottom of the 4th. Lancia struck out in the first, trying to bounce back. First pitch, curveball, called strike. Had the chance to talk with somebody that was in our comments section last night before the game. As the 0-1 fouled off, it'll be 0-2. They were in town. They said they live at the bottom of Lazy Mountain, so they understood where we were coming from. Howie's wonderful analogy about our solstice hike. Like you said, Howie, a great crowd for this one. As the fastball is going to miss high, 1-2 now on Lancia.
By the way, if you didn't catch any of that last night, don't be fooled. It's not a lazy mountain. 3,700 feet, straight up. Good luck.
Might be the least lazy mountain I've ever been to. The most active, I guess. 1-2 misses high. Maybe a break there for Lancia, but that'll even him up at 2-2.
Owen Wild hasn't given up very much hard contact at all. Aside from the double by Avila in the first inning, and maybe the line drive by Young in the first inning, I don't think any balls have gotten out anywhere in a hurry.
As time is going to be called now by Lancia. The pace, it's been a lot like what we saw last night. From Jackson Brockett, rather, is kind of stop and start. The 2-2 now. Check swing, he lays off, it's up and in, and now a full count, 3-2 on Lancia. Seeing some stretching going on down there. Looks like Dan Frake starting to get the bands out for the Miners. No, maybe not.
Saw Brandenburger up a moment ago. He is sat down.
The 3-2 swung on, chopped off the hands, out of play. We'll do it again. Yeah, great buzz around the ballpark. Had a lovely conversation with two of our hardworking ballpark employees before the game tonight. They had a nice idea, Howie. We need to figure out a way to get our broadcast on TikTok. If we can, 3-2, fouled off again. For being 23 years old, I'm not as accustomed to all of the social media as I maybe should be to this point.
You're telling me. Is that like where you put your broadcast on like the clock on the wall, or what is that?
The 3-2 swung on and roped down the third baseline. Another foul ball and a battle here for Steven Lancia against Owen Wild.
And a bad play by Kyle Watson, who didn't get his glove down, Trey. Just let that go right underneath his left palm.
He is supposed to be in charge of the defense here, Howie. Excellent to meet Coach Watson's family yesterday as well, in town from Texas. It's a full count for Steven Lancia. Wild looks back the runner and now delivers. Chops it foul.
Great at bat here by Steven Lancia. He sees more pitches, gets more comfortable with Owen Wild. He forces the pitch count up of Owen Wild. And the sooner you can get the Bucs starter out of the game, the more you like your chances if you're the Miners in this one.
It's a runner on first base, nobody out. This at bat has now lasted an eternity for Wild. He delivers the 3-2 again. And another foul ball.
Great at bat by Steven Lancia.
Got to work him down as Owen Wild been One of the best starters we've seen to this point in the season. Put him right there with Zach Philos. What can you do to get past him if you're the Miners? Bats like this help. The 3-2 again. Swung on and popped up. Left side, it'll drift into the outfield. The shortstop, Cody Graybeck, is going to call off the center fielder, Garrett Anglem. Much to his chagrin, it is out number 1. As Avila will remain at first base for Nick Sorelli.
Sorelli was off to such a hot start, walk-wise, for the Miners. But he's cooled down in that department as Ken Hocuff charges out to the mound to meet with Derek Smith and Owen Wild at the top of the hill.
Lindsay out there to break it up. Just got to get a reset here. Probably the right decision to go give him a visit. He has been so excellent in this game. Just allowing 2 hits to these Miners.
Yeah, what did he say? Coach, I'm doing pretty good. 2 hits, no runs to a team that's 13-2.
Why are you out here right now? What's going on? Maybe his fly was down? First pitch to Sorelli. He's going to miss away now 1-0. Sorelli a home run earlier in the week. That came back on Sunday. He now faces the 1-0. Another fastball, another ball that misses away 2-0.
So interesting to watch this Miners offense who swings so early in counts. But when they get someone like Owen Wild, who's being more effective on the mound, it's like they start to wait him out, drive the pitch count up, and try to get him out of the game as quick as possible.
2-0, swing and a miss. 2-1 now. It's almost what you have to do if you want to win in this situation.
You're feeding right into Wild's hands if you swing early in the count all the time. He'll throw a complete game in 70 pitches.
Oh, yeah. Pickoff attempt over at Avila. He is back in time. Not too much of a threat to steal the bag, but we'll give him a look.
Does have 1 stolen base this year. I believe that was on a double steal, though.
Yeah, really a double whammy for the Miners. 3 runs allowed in the first. And a dazzling start here for Wild. Now the pitch. It is called strike 2. Outside corner. 2-2 the count on Sorelli. 1 out, 1 on. Here in the 4th. The righty Wild, working out of the stretch, now delivers. Fastball away. It'll be 3-2 on the power hitting lefty. Really no wind tonight. Flags steady in center field. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Wow. That one just hitting the outside corner, and that's the zone we've seen so far in this game. Sorelli, a victim of the backwards K. Now 2 outs. Avila remains on first base for Nathan Rose.
It's a tough strikeout for Nick Sorelli on a pitch that seemed to be well off the plate, but called strike 3 by Connor Lindsay. As you said, he's been consistent out there, giving that outer half on the left-handed hitters.
The first pitch to Rose, swung on, shot out to third. It'll be Mitch Simon. The easy play on to second base. 5-3, 5-4. It is scored there. As the Miners trail this one 3-0, they strand 1. We head to the 5th inning. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. We Alaskans like to ride hard, but we also work hard for our ride. That is why RC Detail offers our monthly detail club so that you can keep that showroom shine inside and out all year round. RC Detail is the only G-Technic certified ceramic installer in all of South Central Alaska and are trained pros in the art of paint correction. Go to rc-detail.com to learn more because your vehicle deserves the best. RC Detail, it's all about the details. Garrett Anglem will lead it off here in the 5th inning for the Anchorage Bucs. They lead it 3-0. The 0-1 swung on, chopped out to short. Steele charges, off his glove, and in his many nights, 2 errors for Jacob Steele and a runner on first base for the Bucs.
15th error of the year for the Miners. Haven't committed very many of them, averaging just around 1 per game. But this is where you see the effects of an unhealthy Josh Pano, who would normally be at short. Jacob Steele plays a great third base. He's a good shortstop as well, but you lose just a little bit defensively without Pano.
Probably takes some time to adjust for Steele as well. Deeper in that hole at short. Mitch Simon with a runner on. He's going to take a curveball low. 1-0 the count. Simon, a walk in the first. He had a hit in the 3rd inning. Hasn't fallen down tonight. The 1-0. Skips in the dirt, blocked up by Lancia. He's going to throw it down to second, high, over the head of the second baseman Rose, but nice backup work there by Jacob Steele to keep it in the infield, a stolen base. As Howie, I'm not the official score of this game. Do you consider that a wild pitch?
Yeah, wild pitch for sure there as Anglem reacted to the ball in the dirt. Wasn't running on the pitch, but as soon as he saw it was in the dirt, it was a good read by Anglem. So to second on the wild pitch.
Nick Sorelli comes in, the first baseman. A runner on second base. Now nobody out. 2-0 to Simon. Fastball misses high and away, now 3-0. Good sign to see McCafferty come back out here, though.
McCafferty has looked good since allowing 3 runs in the first. As we see Mason Brandenburger tossing again.
The 3-0. Swung on and shot into left field. Gets the green light, and the runner will be held up at third base. Mitch Simon on a 3-0 pitch. Gets it off the end of the bat. It's enough for a base hit, and now runners on the corners with nobody out.
Mitch Simon has been good for the Bucs in the last couple games against the Miners. 2-run home run yesterday. He's reached 3 times in this one already.
As we'll have a meeting at the mound here. Nick Sorelli, the leader of it. We'll bring in the third baseman, Sinceri, the catcher, Lancia, out there. Getting some time for the bullpen to get adjusted.
It's a big spot in the game. Bucs already lead by 3, trying to push across another run here in the 5th.
Nick Sorelli does so many things that a Major League Baseball player would do. Such a veteran presence on this team. Calls the meeting there. He will now hold the runner on first base. As Michael Diaz steps in. First pitch is swung on, skied in the air to center field. This will send Young back about 5 feet. He camps under it and makes the catch. It'll be Anglem tagging from third. He will come in to score with ease. And the Bucs add a run to this lead here in the 5th. Now 4-0.
It's tough with a runner on third, less than 2 outs. That's all you need. Sacrifice fly for Michael Diaz.
And now Mason Marenko. He has a triple in this game. Drove 2 runs in the first inning with a single. Now we have a runner on first base and 1 out. Here in the 5th.
Nobody warming up for the Bucs. This is Owen Wild's game right now.
First pitch swung on, poked out of play. 0-1. We saw an Owen for the Miners have some success last night. Now an Owen, their detriment on this Thursday. The 0-1 from the stretch is McCafferty. Fastball, no beans. It'll be 1-1.
Trey, you never get beans.
I don't. I despise them. All kinds. That's always the question I get. Is it every bean? I don't think much changes between the beans. 1-0 runner goes for second. It is poked foul. He will have to head back, and it'll be 0-2. On the hitter, not my thing. Olives, I would say Olives as well. That might be about it. Everybody's got him. Oh-2. Swing and a miss. A strikeout of Mason Marenko is the first out of the inning. Second out after the sac fly, rather. And a big second out is Dylan Fesperman. Comes to bat. He hit a home run against these Miners earlier in the week as well. He will bat with a runner on first base and 2 outs. Time is called. Definitely a start to build off of if you're Rhett McCafferty. As he will pick off to first base.
So, Trey, you also against the headgear, the beanie?
No, unrelated. I love beanies. Toboggans.
All right, well, you said all of them were the same, so I was just making sure.
I like jelly beans. That counts. Runner tries to steal again. The throw down from Lancia. Another good one. The tag is not.
Might have missed him there. As Rose tried to swipe at the feet of Mitch Simon. Apparently didn't touch him, says third base umpire Jacob Waldrop.
Nathan Rose having to do a 360 spin. And now Tyler LeBrun with his fresh haircut is going to head out there and argue this one.
It's tough to tell from here, but I'm not too surprised by the call as the tag was swiped at. The throw a bit off target. And LeBrun, of course, not going to win the argument, but a good try, I suppose.
Yeah, you can't try too hard in this league, Howie. Pretty strict rules on being thrown out.
That is the Tyler LeBrun rule, they call it.
As he told us last night, to this point in the year, there's not too many situations where he would have gotten thrown out. His team has been so good.
Yeah, when you're 13-2, not too much to complain about.
No. Maybe tonight. Miners trailed 4-0, now the 1-0. Swing and a miss from Fesperman. Gonna make it 1-1. Be the bottom of the lineup for the Miners. In the 5th, as the 1-1 misses away. Got to find somewhere to start, Howie, as they will try to build a 4-run rally now.
Unearned run here in the 5th. Garrett Anglem reached on an E6. Came around to score the 4th Bucs run.
The 2-1 swung on and shot down the third baseline. Another foul ball. Leaving it up at 2-2. Runner on second, 2 outs. Still in Fesperman. A youngster on this team. A lot of power in that rod, though. Now the 2-2. Misses low, 3-2. There's Brandenburger taking a seat down there in the Miners' pen.
Cafferty trying to make it through 5.
You take that with the way this thing started. He's going to step off. Take a look back to second base. Fakes the throw at Simon. And now we'll resume. A full count. For Dylan Fesperman, here's the pitch. That is called strike 3. The emotion coming out for Rhett McCafferty as he steps off the mound. The Miners will strand a runner on second base. They allow a run and now trail it 4-0. Rally coming, Howie. We head to the bottom of the 5th. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. It has been an unusual night of baseball at Herman Brothers Field, and I say that because the Miners are losing in this game 4-0. The Bucs lead it here as they try to pick up their first win against these Miners on the season. The Miners are looking for another win just this week against the Bucs, but they do trail it by 4 runs, and Alex Vergara will step in, try to get a rally going here. The first pitch is a fastball. It misses up and out, 1-0.
By the time next Wednesday is through, the Miners will play the Bucs 8 times this year.
1-0 is going to miss out now, 2-0. Going to get used to them, these rival Bucs. From the windup, it's Wild. The 2-0 swung on and popped up. Wild points at it. His catcher, Derek Smith, is going to find it in foul ground. He is called off by the first baseman, Fesperman. Has the game of echo there on that foul ball. The play is made. Smiles across the infield, and 1 out for Cade Manning.
Excellent work so far by Owen Wild, who hasn't allowed a hit since Jacob Steele hit one 10 feet in front of the plate and reached in the 3rd inning.
Only 2 hits tonight, as the first pitch to Manning is strike 1.
Counting this game, 4 of the next 5 for the Miners against the Bucs. 2 here, 2 in Anchorage.
The 0-1 now. Swung on and fouled off. It'll be 0-2. Getting a little bit more used to Mulcahy Stadium down there. All the Seagulls. 0-2. Misses high, 1-2.
If we see one here, something's gone awry.
Actually saw some in Wasilla the other night. As the 1-2 is going to miss up and away. Now 2-2. I know our guy Mark sees him all the time over there. Now the 2-2. Pokes at it. He's going to softly roll it out to second base. Mason Marenko, an easy throw on to first. It is out number 2, and the Miners in order here. That'll bring up Jacob Steele, and Howie, that'll take us to who is striking gold. Unfortunately, not in the lineup tonight is Josh Pano, but he has certainly found gold.
Josh Pano has found gold, Trey. He was 3 for 5 in yesterday's game. 2 runs, 4 RBIs, and his first home run of the season. Get well soon, Josh.
Jacob Steele filling in tonight. Takes a fastball up and in, 1-0 the count.
Last time we were at Herman Brothers, Jacob Steele walked it off.
1-0, swung on, shot down to first base. Fesperman with ease on the backhand. Fields it, steps on the bag, and that is out number 3. The Miners go in order here again. Owen Wild having a night. Stay tuned as we head to the 6th inning. This is Matsu Miners Baseball presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. A new pitcher into the game for the Miners. It is Mason Brandenburger as they trail it 4-0 here as we start the 6th inning. Brandenburger. In 4 appearances already, he has started twice. He has allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 2 doubles, no triples, no homers. How about this, Howie? 1 walk to 12 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch. His ERA is 5.09. He is 1-1 on the season. He is trying to keep this game at 4-0 as the Bucs return to bat. It'll be Derek Smith stepping in for the 3rd time tonight. 0 for 2.
Really an underrated start for Rhett McCafferty, which could certainly end up in the loss column for him. But after giving up 3 runs in the first, Bucs threatened for more. He was able to gut out 5 innings, kind of what we talked about earlier in the broadcast. Good stuff.
First pitch. That sidearm motion from Mason Brandenburger draws the swing of Smith. He catches some air. It is 0-1. The offset stance. The 0-1 delivery is low. 1-1.
McCafferty ended up with 7 strikeouts in the game. Now has a team leading 18 of them.
He's got it. 1-1, fouled away. 1-2. We've seen this in the past this season already as well. Took him a second to settle in, Shugiak, but we know he has the stuff. Say that about a few guys on this team.
Bucs just went into ambush mode on him.
The 1-2 is swung on, rolled foul.
Wow.
As it'll be 2-2. That was very odd, Howie. The third baseman Sinceri charged it, threw it, as it was caught by, I believe, the pitcher Brandenburg. As he threw it on to first. The whole time it was ruled a foul ball. The Miners threw it around the infield, but we're going to have to do the 1-2 yet again.
That looked very fair from here. Not sure even Derek Smith was quite confused because he thought he might have been able to beat it out.
Maybe Sinceri touched it as he was crossing the line just over it. Be the only explanation, I think. A foul ball nonetheless, and the 1-2 again. That is called strike 3. Make it easy on him. The first out of the inning, as Brandenburger gets it started here in the 6th. That'll bring up Dom Chacon. 2 strikeouts already for the lefty Chacon. First pitch, a curveball, is a called strike. Really nice one there from Brandenburger.
Bottom of the lineup getting eaten alive by McCafferty and now Brandenburger.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. No kidding.
6 strikeouts combined for them through 7 plate appearances. Chacon a strike away from making it 7 and 8.
The 0-2 misses away. It'll be 1-2. Not a different feel to this game tonight. 0-2, swing and a miss. Mason Brandenburger, 2 strikeouts to start it out here in the 6th inning. Adding to that total, Howie.
It is the Stanley Cup playoffs, Trey. And Dom Chacon, he's got the hat trick.
He'd need 1 more for the Golden Sombrero, as the Avalanche did defeat the Lightning in overtime last night. They're up 3-1 in that series. We have baseball here in Alaska along with the hockey, and that is what we are calling tonight as Dylan Maltby will step in, the designated hitter. Curveball misses away 1-0.
Top of the order for the Miners in the 6th as they try to get something going against Owen Wild.
1-0, swing and a miss, deceptive. On the 2-seamer, it'll be 1-1. It's something I always wanted to play growing up, hockey, being from South Carolina.
Might have less teeth.
Swing and a miss on the 1-1. Brandenburger shaking his head. He has been nasty here in the 6th.
Pitch away from striking out the side.
He's frustrated about something. I don't know what it is, but he is showing it through his pitches. The 1-2. Wow, he is taking about 5 steps off the mound, justifiably so. That was strike 3, Howie, but it is called a ball.
Right down the middle. Ball 2,
I don't say that often.
says Connor Lindsay.
Don't know where that one missed. Infield straight up, the outfield the same. 2 outs to 2-2. Pokes at it, fouls it over the Miners' dugout. Nice effort there by Daniel Frake to try to reel it in. We'll do the 2-2 again now. The 2-2. Another foul ball. If you're at McCafferty, if you're Mason Brandenburger, probably a little bit upset with how this at-bat is unfolded. He works quick, now set to go the 2-2 again. Swung on and driven into center field. Young, back to his right. He makes the catch, and that is out number 3. Some controversy at the plate does not matter as Mason Brandenburger strikes out 2, gets the fly out there. No runs scored on no hits. The Miners trail it 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. The Miners need some offense in this game. Howie, they trail it 4-0 as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Carter Young made the catch in center field. In the top half, he will step in for his 3rd time tonight as he will face Owen Wild. Continues his dominant start over the Miners. The first pitch, a fastball misses high and away. A lot of leverage on the mound.
Owen Wild showing why he was a 9-game winner at Gonzaga this year.
The 1-0. Curveball misses low now. 2-0. Stuff has been electric. He locates. Gets quick outs. The 2-0. Fouls it off. 2-1.
Doesn't look like anything spectacular on the mound, at least delivery-wise. Typical wind-up with a glove hand in front of his face.
The 2-1, swing and a miss. That's where it gets a little difficult, though, Howie. That ball drops off the face of the earth.
Cocks it straight back, comes straight over the top with it, but just tons of movement, and you don't know what pitch he's going to throw.
The 2-2, called strike 3. Wow, that outside corner is working. Here for Owen Wild, and it is out number 1 in the 6th.
Location, location, location.
Seeing strike zones like this always make me go back to the conversation on robotic umpires. I mean, it's been consistent tonight, yes, but not necessarily right down the middle.
Oh, wow, look at that. Saw Connor Lindsay call time and tell Owen Wild, stop going to your mouth. He said no more of that.
Wow.
That's interesting. Wild not happy with the decision.
Yeah, he immediately looks at his dugout to try to get some advice. Doesn't really know what he's allowed to do at this point, I would imagine.
Now, time is going to be called. The umpires are going to come together. That was really interesting there.
That is odd. Don't have a rule book with us. Not sure if you have to wipe before you lick in this league. Wipe after, rather. Didn't think anybody was watching that closely, if I'm going to be honest.
It's just a little bit odd to me that Connor Lindsay makes that ruling in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Now.
You would think that would be something you would get out of the way in the first inning.
You know, maybe he was sitting there thinking, gosh, this is the best start I've ever seen. What is going on? Well, the umpires meet, but I don't know if they really said anything to him.
Yeah, no additional verdict.
From the windup, the first pitch to Casey Sinceri is a called strike. Let's see what he does now. Well, no lick. Right back to the glove. From the windup, swing and a miss. 0-2. It's going to take a rally. This is the part of the lineup that you'd like to see. Blake Avila on deck as Sinceri faces the 0-2. Just got a piece of it. He will stay alive, and we'll do it again.
Went to his mouth there.
Really?
Obviously, Lindsey didn't see him.
Well, I wonder if he's saying you're allowed to do it, you just have to wipe some part of the clothing afterwards.
No idea.
0-2, poked into center field by Casey Sinceri. That is a base hit. With one out here for the Miners. And life that they needed in the sixth inning. That'll bring up Avila.
Miners just need to get something going as there is some stirring going on down the left field line. Around the Bucs bullpen, nobody throwing just yet. Blake Avila yet to be retired in this game at the plate. He's doubled and he's reached on an error.
That ball off the very end of the bat from Casey Sinceri. Snuck past his second baseman, Marinko. And now 1 on, 1 out for the lefty. Reached on an error. Had a double in the first. He's going to lay off of a strike there. Fastball in the outside corner.
It's a tough strike call with Derek Smith coming out of the crouch.
We see instances like we just did, I think, quite often in the major leagues now. Umpires having to inspect the pitchers to make sure that they aren't doing anything illegal. Has the 0-1, swing and a miss, now 0-2, and that's borderline. I mean, he's licking his own saliva to the hand and then throwing the baseball. It's not an outside substance by any means, but over the last 3-4 years, really seen it increase as far as the inspections go. The 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2.
It's like a full TSA security check when you come off the mound and get to the chalk. They pat you down, unbutton your top jersey, go to the zipper. I mean, it's the whole deal.
And guys get offended. Rightfully so. I mean, you get checked, you got to be thinking, well, hey, you don't think I could actually throw it that well? The 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. And wild. Strikes out Blake Avila. Keeps it rolling, now 2 outs. And a runner on first base for Steven Lancia.
7 strikeouts in the game for Owen Wild, who's only allowed 3 hits.
He has been electric. We have seen some amazing starts this season, Howie. Zach Philos a week ago tonight against these Miners. Owen Wild now has the first pitch to Lancia. Fastball, a called strike. Guys like Jackson Jelkin.
Comment from Steve Lindsey that sounds correct. Says wipe after, can go to the mouth off the rubber.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Lancia didn't see it. It is 0-2.
Whatever Owen Wild is doing, it's working.
I mean, guys, not even close. And we know how capable this Miners lineup is, how talented they are. Just shows you how good the starter Wild has been. Now the 0-2 to Lancia. Fastball misses high and away, 1-2.
Even on that pitch right there, Trey, that's what he wanted to do. Fastball up and away, hit his spot.
Wild in a groove. He's allowed just 3 hits in 5 2/3, trying to make it 6. The 1-2. Runner goes for second. Throw down there from Derek Smith is into center field. As Sinceri's going to hop up and try to take third base. Throw is a one-hopper. He slides in safely. This one gets past the bag. Rolls to the dugout, but he didn't realize it and is going to have to stay at third. 2 bags taken there. 1 on the throwing error. from the catcher, Derek Smith. And now a runner on third base with 2 outs. Anything, Howie, the Miners can get here as they trail it 4-0, that's a break.
Uber aggressive base running by Casey Sunseri, who didn't get the best jump. Truly, the error might have been on Mason Marinko, who just didn't cover the second base bag. The throw was on it. Marinko wasn't there, though. Ball skipped into center field. Sunseri went for third. Belly flopped in, and he's there with 2 outs now.
Really was a nice throw if he'd had a partner there to catch it. As Garrett Anglem, the center fielder, thrown off a bit as well. Wasn't expecting that throw to drop in there. His throw is low and weak, and now a runner on third base and a meeting at the mound.
So it's a stolen base for Casey Sunseri, who has 4 of them on the year, matches Carter Young for the team lead.
And poor Steven Lancia trying to battle in this at-bat. Has to take a pause here on the calamity and the meeting, and we'll resume.
Luckily for the Bucs, that throw from Garrett Anglem didn't skip into the dugout. Otherwise, Sunseri would have been allowed to come home. It hit right off the railing in front and almost hit Ken Hocuff, who was standing outside of the dugout. I assume that would have also been a run.
The 2-2 now. Misses high. That'll be 3-2. Lancia battling. Miners have been shut out just 1 time this year. It was against those Glacier Pilots in a 1-0 game. They trail it 4-0 here.
Tough to be shut out when you've only lost twice. Only 2 opportunities to be shut out. Tough to win when you don't score any runs.
That's what they say.
I would tend to agree with that statement.
I've seen this team do all kinds of crazy things so far this season, Howie. I'm going to have to believe it to see it. It's a 3-2 count. Some pause on the field. Not quite sure for what, but we're good to go now. Lancia steps in to face the 3-2. 2 outs, runner on third base. Owen Wild from the stretch. In the dirt, blocked up there, and it's ball 4. Another base runner for the Miners, and another opportunity for Nick Sorelli.
That's a really good block by Derek Smith, who took that ball right off the chest protector. Didn't feel good. Sunseri was about a third of the way down the line. If that ball would have gotten away, he would have come home to score. So an excellent job by the catcher to prevent the Miners from getting on the board here in the 6th.
The Miners will send their 5th batter to the plate, the most that they've had in any inning to this point. It's runners on the corners for Nick Sorelli. First pitch. He lays off, he takes a strike, low and away, 0-1.
Lindsey's been giving that corner all night. Sorelli was struck out looking on that very pitch in the 4th inning.
And that doesn't mean it's a strike necessarily, but sometimes you have to adjust. It's a strike tonight, 0-1. Same spot, it's called strike 2, Sorelli making his frustration known.
Gonna have to swing at it. Wild's gonna go right back out there and probably a little bit more off the plate. This is gonna be a tough pitch for Sorelli to get to.
The catcher Smith set up a bit outside here. It's 0-2 with 2 outs and runners on the corners. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. Nick Sorelli goes down for the 3rd time tonight, and the Miners will strand runners on the corners. They trail this one 4-0 as we head to the 7th inning. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. We are back for the 7th inning now. This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented to you by Napa Auto Parts. As I turn it back over to Howie Boxley to take you through the final third of this game. Howie, it has been a tough one tonight.
It has been a tough one for the Miners, who trail 4-0. Mason Brandenburger back to work, set the Bucs down in order. In the 6th inning with a couple of strikeouts, he will face the top of the Anchorage order here. Cody Graybeck will lead off 0 for 3 in the game. What a game for Owen Wild, as we will see if he comes back out for the 7th. First pitch from Brandenburger. Graybeck shows bunt and bunts it foul. Owen got a strikeout at Nick Sorelli. He's fanned him 3 times, 8 strikeouts in the game. And when you're hitting your spots and you know the umpire's zone, almost impossible in that at bat for Nick Sorelli with 2 on and 2 out. 0-1. Swing and a miss. That is a nasty off-speed pitch by Mason Brandenburger.
Yeah, he has looked amazing in this appearance as well. And, for the Miners, got to tip your hat. Owen Wild, best start we've seen all year.
0-2. Tried that same off-speed pitch, but Graybeck was not tantalized enough as he takes off the plate.
It's going to be our vocab word of the day.
1-2. Swung on and grounded foul past first.
Howie is a thesaurus, I've come to know. Well-versed. Tantalize. Mosquitoes are tantalizing here. Think that applies?
1-2. Drops in low. Graybeck, Baylor University, 5'9" left-handed hitter, originally from Midland, Texas. 2-2. Swing, knuckled out to third. Sinceri will cut that off in the hole and make a good throw to retire Graybeck to start the 7th.
That is not an easy play to make there. That ball, like you said, Howie, kind of hit off the hands. It has a very awkward spin when it gets out there, spinning towards the third base bag. Sinceri had to charge it as it approached him, maybe a little bit faster than he's used to. Still made a really nice play.
Garrett Anglum, the batter now. He's reached safely in all 3 appearances. 2 singles, reached on an air, scored 2 runs. First pitch. Drops in for a strike.
If you're the Miners, do what you can here. Try to use these reps to your advantage. Already feel great about this stand of games.
0-1. Just missed 1 ball and 1 strike.
We've gone 7-1 to this point. You can live with 7-2.
And 13-3 to start the year if they drop this one. 1-1. Grounded foul past third.
It almost doesn't feel real that they've done this. How he's 6-gamer, a 7-gamer. I get on Illustrator every night starting the game win graphic, thinking, how are we doing this for another night in a row?
They just keep winning, and they still have 9 outs to play in this one. 1-2. Swinging a high pop. Right field, Blake Avila over near the line. Slowing now. He's got that for out number 2. 5 up, 5 down for Brandenburger.
Yeah, I think Mason Brandenburger is definitely going to be getting some more starts here soon. He has really come on as his first stretch of the season has passed us by.
Mitch Simon, the batter now. Cal Baptist University for Mitch. He hit over 300 in 2022 and 2021. Originally from Fallbrook, California. First pitch to him. Swinging a ground ball to third. Sinceri has that. His throw is true, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Mason Brandenburger. It's time to stretch, and it's time to get the bats going. Bucs 4, Miners nothing, as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Bottom of the 7th, Miners trail 4-0. Luckily for Matt Sue, Owen Wild's night is done. An excellent performance for Owen. 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, of course, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, as Francis Kai will try to bridge this game and pick up win number 6 for the Anchorage Bucs. Saw Francis on Monday. Worked a perfect 1-2-3 6th inning as he faces Nathan Rose to start. Rose takes a called strike.
Yeah, Francis Kai, such a good middle inning guy for these Anchorage Bucs.
0-1. Fastball right down the middle, strike 2.
As you said, how we saw him the other day, and as you'll notice, a big winding motion. Really extends that arm, brings a lot of velocity.
0-2. Strike 3. 9th strikeout of the game for the Miners. First for Kai as he sets down Nathan Rose.
Now batting number
Kai
17,
teammates
Alex
with Owen Wild at
Vergara.
Gonzaga. Appeared in 5 games this year, gave up 8 runs. He's a 6'4", 205-pound right-hander with the same hometown as Liam Hatakanaka, Bainbridge Island, Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Vergara bats the pitch. Outside in a called ball. Kai faced Vergara on Monday, struck him out looking. Miners' bats just have been stymied to this point. 1-0. Off the plate outside, 2 balls and no strikes. We see Connor Lindsay giving the outside corner when the left-handers are up, but not when the righties are up. The zone expanded towards the inside corner for the righties. 2-0. Right down the middle, that's a strike every day, all day.
You can't fault him for that. I mean, this is a double-edged sword. You either have robotic umpires, it's the same zone every time, you get it right every time, or you don't.
2-1. Missed. 3 balls and a strike.
And that's fine if you don't, as long as it's consistent, even if it's not the same strike zone every time. It's been consistent tonight, and, you just have to adjust to that.
3-1 is fouled away. And to me, you just lose so much in the game. I might be in the minority on this opinion, but when you have a guy like Owen Wild who's hitting his spot and hitting the glove, to me, that should matter. Of course, we have a strike zone, and if you have a robotic umpire, they would, in theory, get it right every time. 3-2 pitch to Vergara. Swung on and lashed down the left field line. That's going to drop in foul. Vergara just missed. But, Trey, to me, I don't know if that's right every time. I guess mathematically it would be, but if you're a guy and you're hitting the glove, you're hitting the corners, maybe you get an extra inch on the outside. And why should that be taken away? Should you really get the same amount of strike calls if you're throwing all over the place, over your catcher's head, and then you have one that just happens to find the zone on a corner?
The size of the backboard doesn't change depending on the referee crew in basketball. I don't know. I don't get it nowadays.
3-2. Grounded foul.
And it's one of those things too, that we have had the technology to change, and I get it. You want it to stay traditional. The umpire would still be there, I think, is something that's often missed. But we can get it right and we're not at this point.
3-2. Breaking pitch. Hit high in the air down the left field line. Well foul. And I think the other thing, as a counter argument to robotic umpires, is I think it totally changes the game of catching. Why do we catch anymore? Why not just stand up on every pitch to try to throw guys out? You no longer have to frame anything. It crosses the plate. The robot calls it a strike. 3-2 is fouled out of play. So the catcher position turns into a totally different ball game. And now you're less valuable if you're a catcher who's good at framing.
Does that make it worse,
You just need to throw guys out.
It changes, but is it a worse change?
I don't know. I think it just is a very different game. It's going to be really hard to steal bases if catchers are just out of the crouch ready to throw all the time. 3-2 is yanked off the plate. Ball 4, Vergara coaxes a 1-out walk.
The main reason that a runner is able to steal a base is a direct correlation of the delivery time of the pitcher in the game. Pitchers could slow down their motions. They would be more comfortable throwing the way they wanted to if they knew that they didn't have to deliver it quite as quickly. And it's almost just like a phone operator versus just dialing somebody up in your iPhone. It's streamlined if you do it with robots.
Cade Manning, the batter, he fouls this one away as the Miners try to get something going. No robots tonight. It's Connor Lindsay. That's what we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Cade Manning, 0 for 2 in this game. Fly out and a ground out for Manning, the designated hitter. Modest leadoff first for Alex Vergara, held on by Fesperman. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball.
I think it's a fun conversation, though. It's one of the few in baseball that truly divides people in half. I think you could make a great argument for either.
0-2. Strike 3 called. Outside corner gets Cade Manning and a left-handed hitter one more time. 2 outs.
Yeah, tough night to be a southpaw.
Shortstop, Jacob Steele.
And for Anchorage, you have to feel over the moon about your starter and his reliever tonight. Didn't see this much pitching really in any of the matchups. You could argue that game 2 on Monday for sure, but Miners have been able to put up some runs on Anchorage to this point.
Jacob Steele, the batter, 9-hole hitter, is 1 for 2. First pitch, up and in. Kai delivers. Low, 2-0 now. You would think for the Miners that with Wild out of the game, your chances would increase drastically. But Francis Kai so far has been just fine. 2-0. Swinging a shot into left center field. That is going to get down. Diving effort by Garrett Anglem. Can't get it. Vergara's going to make the turnaround third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be way late. It's an RBI double for Jacob Steele. And the Miners are on the board here in the 7th.
Whatever it takes, Howie, wherever you can get your spark. Jacob Steele in the 9-hole tonight. We saw him with the walk-off hits earlier in the week. Maybe he's the one to start the rally tonight.
4-1 the score now. Lineup turns over to Carter Young. And a little bit of perspiration starts to collect on Ken Hocuff's forehead in the third base dugout. He's probably thinking, I've seen this story way too often in 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Francis Kai dangles his right arm down around his left kneecap. Brings it into the glove. Brings the first pitch to Young. That one skips up there. And all of a sudden, Kai feeling some pressure as well. He's walked Vergara. Gave up a line drive double to Jacob Steele. And now he's facing the hottest hitter in the Alaska Baseball League, Carter Young, who's been held in check so far by Owen Wild, 0 for 3. 1-0. Outside, and this time, that corner not given. It's 2-0.
Carter Young will take it.
Young has reached in 15 of his last 25 plate appearances. That counts as 0 for 3 tonight. 2-0. Inside corner and a called strike.
He's just got a battle here. He's been waiting to break out of the cage tonight. Fly out, couple of strikeouts.
Kai kicks and brings the 2-1. Strike over the outside corner. Young grumbling with himself, I think, as he couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball. Steele, the runner on second. 2 outs here in the 7th, and a 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not, says Jacob Waldrip. Not called a strike by Connor Lindsay either. Things getting dicey here in the 7th.
How vocal this umpire crew is. Give you the sign, they'll yell it out for you as well.
Payoff pitch. On its way to Carter Young. Lashed foul.
Young, as I mentioned, missed last night. He was on ball boy duty. Know he's excited to get back in the lineup for this one tonight.
Cole Townsend tossing a bit down the right field line. That's interesting here in the 7th inning. Ben Alley up down there as well, but not throwing. 3-2 pitch to Young. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Francis Kai got him. He surrenders the shutout, but not the lead. We are through 7 complete here at Herman Brothers Field. Bucs lead the Miners 4-1 as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts.
Aurora Dental tonight. Thank you, Aurora. Winning ticket number 8.
Excited about a fun weekend with family and friends? Make it happen by being safe on the road. Designate a sober driver. Slow down. We want you to arrive alive. This message brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office. Top of the 8th inning, Bucs 4, Miners 1, and a rare sight. It's a Cole Townsend sighting in the 8th inning.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the idea is here. Love seeing Cole Townsend on the mound, and if I had to guess, I would imagine they just want to get him stretched out a little bit more. Usually see him in the 9th, as you alluded to there, Howie, but didn't come in the 8th here. I like it.
Cole Townsend making his 7th appearance on the season, following Mason Brandenburger, who worked 2 perfect innings. First pitch to Michael Diaz is up and away. So far for Townsend, only 1 run allowed, 1 hit allowed, walked 4, struck out 5 over 6 2/3 innings of work. And as you mentioned, maybe just trying to stretch him out a little bit here in the 8th.
How about this, Howie? This is full service. Thank you, Len.
This one is swung on and hit out to right field. That's going to be caught on a line by Blake Avila, as our great friend Lynn in the concession stand really just making it happen tonight, as you mentioned.
Oh, my goodness. Night is made. The Miners might be down on the scoreboard, but we are up here in the booth, Howie. This is that's how it's done. Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, we're going to leave you guys in silence while we eat. No, just kidding. Top of the 8th inning here. 1 out as Mason Marinko will be the batter.
This is too kind, Howie. Are you in the mood for a second burger here?
I'll take a second always, of course.
You were doing God's work here, Lynn. Thank you so much.
Cole Townsend delivers a curveball over the outside corner for strike 1. Can't thank Lynn in the concession stand, our general manager, his wife, Pete and Denise Christopher, enough. As this one is nubbed out to shallow right field. Coming
Trouble.
on as Avila dives. Did he catch it? He did not. Trapped, says Levante Palmer. It's a bloop hit, second allowed by Cole Townsend on the year.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think that's kind of a product of the way he dove there, Howie. He looked like for a moment got his glove underneath the baseball, or at least got his glove there in time. Although with the dive, it kind of forced his glove open on the turf. Ball hits the ground and a runner on.
Marinko is aboard. Dylan Vesperman will bat. Vesperman 0 for 2 in this game. He's walked and struck out once. Also reached on an error.
You're going to miss us at Wendy's tonight, Howie.
Lynn coming through. Pitch to Vesperman. Bounces up there. Good block by Lancia.
Yeah, as you saw Diaz kind of roll his eyes, take a big sigh there. Or excuse me, Mason Marinko, rather, on first base. He knew he had second base if he had just seen the dirt ball a little bit earlier.
Miners have scored once, but the Bucs have scored 4 times. Pitch. Swing, a soft ground ball, hit out to short. Jacob Steele fields that. Long throw, dug out by Sorelli. No, he didn't dig it out. It's behind him and off the chain link fence. Rounding third and coming home is Mason Marinko. Here comes Sorelli's throw. It's going to be off target. Bucs score for the 5th time. To third is Dylan Festerman. All kinds of throwing issues for the Miners here on this play.
Marinko's shaken up as he went to a knee there, having to kind of walk this one off. I'm not quite sure what happened there. He comes in to score, and that could have been really dangerous. Howie, Steven Lancia taking the throw, looking right, having to turn left, didn't see him coming. Thankfully, no collision there.
So it's going to be an infield hit for Dylan Festerman on a tough play, and then a very costly throwing error by Jacob Steele that allows Marinko to come around and score. Festerman all the way to third base, infield in for the Miners as they trail by 4 again. Batter is Derek Smith. First pitch. Upstairs.
An awkward play all the way around, and as you said, Howie, Sorelli just inches away from scooping that ball. Jacob Steele pulling out his best Josh Pano impression. Infield comes in.
9 hits for the Bucs now. Pitch to Smith. Swing and a miss. Towson is going to try to lock it down right here. One. Swing and a shot into left. That's going to get down for a hit. Festerman's going to score. It's an RBI knock for Derek Smith. And the Bucs have broken it open a bit here in the 8th. It's now 6-1.
You know, sometimes, Howie, it is not your night. For the Miners, that has been the case this evening. Haven't said that too often.
Dom Chacon will be the batter here. Someone down the left field line yell, "Bucs are hot."
I think the Matanuska Valley will sleep just fine tonight as they will now go to 4-1.
Dom Chacon, the batter, he grounds that one softly out to second. Rose is going to shovel flip to second for 1. On to first. Not in time as Dom Chacon beats that one out. Derek Smith forced out at the second base bag. 2 down now in the inning.
Yeah, Jacob Steele really being challenged out there at shortstop tonight. Had some nice plays. Struggled with some, but I think he is getting better nonetheless. As you see him whip around there on the attempted double play.
Dylan Maltby will be the batter now. Designated hitter. 0 for 3 to this point. Strikeout, ground out, line out for Dylan. First pitch. Check swing. Palmer says he went down the first base line. Another really fun night for baseball. Not fun on the scoreboard, of course, for the Miners, but a beautiful evening, and we can't complain, really. Baseball on the last frontier. The Miners have already won 13 times, and it's just been such a fun few weeks for us and the entire Miners team.
It has been amazing.
0-1. Bounces up there.
And, you know, Howie, icing on the cake for another beautiful night of baseball. We found our cup holders in the car on the way over to the stadium. Told you I wasn't going to pull that out, but I think the timing's right now. It's 6-1 in the 8th inning. Howie and I have been driving the Windstar here in Alaska for the last 2 weeks. We're struggling to find the cup holders.
No more spilled sweet tea.
Yeah.
As that pitch was over the outside corner, called the ball. 2 balls and a strike.
One of those moments where you just feel weak. Didn't know that they were there. Had some frustrating moments that would not make air if they had been captured due to the lack of those cup holders.
Pickoff attempt here. And a nice pick by Nick Sorelli to stop that ball and keep it at the feet of Dom Chacon and prevent another throwing error.
I think his mom, Jennifer Sorelli, makes a great point here. 8 straight games without an off day. That takes a toll on the guys. Got to be wiped out at this point. We knew this would be a tough stretch for him, Howie.
9 games in 8 days, concluding tonight, off day. Tomorrow for the Miners, back at it on Saturday against Chugiak. We'll take you through the next 3 games in the next half inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good fastball by Townsend.
You get to see how they bounce back again. They lost for the first time after 6 wins. They followed it up with another loss. And then after that, 7 wins. So if they aren't able to come back,
still 6 outs.
Yeah.
You never know.
Don't want to rule it out yet.
Just a 5-run game here. 2-2. Just missed.
We've seen some late inning drama at this ballpark.
Bucs have led wire to wire. 3 first-inning runs scored on Rhett McCafferty. They added on 1 more unearned in the 5th on Rhett. They scored 2 times here in the 8th inning. Lead 6-1, 3-2, runner goes. Pitch is swung on and hit out to left field, where Alex Vergara will make the catch for out number 3. The Bucs score a couple more times. Costly throwing error by Jacob Steele. Off to the bottom of the 8th. Don't go anywhere. Bucs 6, Miners 1, as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Bottom of the 8th, Miners looking for a rally in the valley as they trail the Bucs by 5 runs. Heart of the order, Casey Sinceri, Blake Avila, and Steven Lancia will take aim at Francis Kai, who's given up 1 run to this point. First pitch. Swinging a shot out to left. That will send Michael Diaz back. He looks up, and that one is going to leave the ballpark. It's a leadoff home run for Casey Sinceri, and the rally is started here in the 8th.
It just takes 1 swing, Howie. Get this Miners squad going. Casey Sinceri, a long ball. Has that one into the Alaska State Fair. It is run number 2, now just a 4-run game for the red-hot Blake Avila.
6-2 the score. You know this Miners offense can explode for a big inning. We've seen them a number of times this year. Bat around, score 5 or 6 times. Right guys at the right time against Francis Kai. Casey Sinceri scores for the 15th time, knocks in his 11th run, all on his own. First home run of the year, Blake Avila bats. The pitch. Fastball, strike over the outside corner.
That ball, another one that just kind of kept drifting, kept going out there over the wall. And even if the Miners can't come back tonight, you love the resiliency, the fight. They never give up.
0-1. Downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike, 6 outs to play with. They need 4 runs at this point to tie the game. They've chased Owen Wild out, who worked 6 scoreless. Excellent start for the Bucs pitcher. 1-1. Swing a little flare into shallow center. Garrett Anglin backs up, now comes in, and swats his glove at it for out number 1.
Yeah, another deceiving baseball there. That one not hit quite as well. I saw Casey Sinceri today hit a long home run in batting practice. Got all amped up about it afterwards. Obviously carried it in to the game tonight.
Temperatures are warm. Game time, it was 77 degrees. It's now in the lower 70s. Ball is flying. Lancia bats. And was fooled by that slider that drops over the heart of the plate for strike 1.
This burger is absolutely delicious. I would like to note as well, all kinds of good stuff happening.
0-1, up and in to Lancia, 1 ball, 1 strike. They do it right here at Herman Brothers Field, and if you're here and you don't come to a game, shame on you.
Yeah. Come out to the ballpark. It is just about free for everybody. Always a good time.
1-1. Curveball this time that stays high on Aurora Dental Day from Herman Brothers Field. Pioneer Peak is in full visibility in left. 2-1. High ball 3. Lancia walked his last time up. And in a 4-run game, the Miners would love nothing more than to get some free base runners. 3-1. Lost him. Ball 4.
Frustration, really obvious there on the mound. For Kai as he slaps the mitt, allows to walk after the home run. Things are starting to unravel here, Howie, and a dangerous hitter, and one that is quite frustrated with this baseball game, Nick Sorelli.
Nick Sorelli, no one more happy than him that Owen Wild has left this game. Wild produced the hat trick on Sorelli, who struck out 3 times. Thanks to a generous zone tonight. Pitch. Swing and a miss. They're going right back to that outside corner on him as he tips that one into the mitt for strike 1. And that's to take nothing away from Wild. When you have a zone like Lindsey does tonight, take advantage of it. Throw it where he's going to call you strikes. Sorelli has been on the other end of that. 0-1. Swinging a fly ball sent out to left. Michael Diaz over near the line. Still coming, slowing now. And makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, Sorelli really swinging the bat hard there. If he would get one on the inside, might have deposited it, but a fly out nonetheless. Doesn't matter where you get it, Howie. You just need a spark, something to keep this line moving.
Nathan Rose, the batter here with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3. Other game in the Alaska Baseball League, it's the Glacier Pilots and the Oilers. In game 2 of that series, pitch to Rose. Inside ball 1. Our trip to Kenai, 1 week from today. Wow, 1 week from today
Wow,
we go to Kenai.
Incredible.
Yeah. Be down there from June 30th to July 4th. 1-0. Called strike.
Season is just flying by. I mean, it helps when the ball club is winning. Things are going right. It has been a quick month of June.
Nearly halfway home as we play game number 16 in a 40-game regular season. The 1-1. Swung on, grounded hard, past third. That one's going to roll into the corner. Lancia is going to cut the bag and head for third. Rose is going to head to second. Here comes the throw. It's going to be way late. Stand-up double for Nathan Rose. Rally continues here in the 8th.
Here they come, Howie. And a hitter now that needs some confidence. Guy that comes up in a big role. A perfect opportunity for Alex Vergara. 2 outs. Need a big hit here.
That will draw a visit from Ken Hocuff as the Miners, with 1 base knock from Alex Vergara, could get right back into this game, cut it to 2. Tyler LeBrun, head coach, out to just fist bump and tell Vergara, come on, let's go. You know he doesn't want to lose to the Bucs.
No, don't want to lose any games in this league, but this matchup, of course, a bit more personal. This is what we know as the top rivalry of the league.
And Trey, while we have a moment, let's look at our next 3 games presented by Fred Meyer.
Let's do it, Howie. Of course, an off day coming up tomorrow, and these Miners need it, but they will turn the corner and play again on Saturday here at Herman Brothers Field against the Chinooks. And then these Bucs, talked about it earlier, all over the schedule next week. Sunday at home, Monday, we go back to Mulcahy Field.
Francis Kai is ready to go after the meeting. Vergara will bat. That game on Sunday, by the way, 4 o'clock local time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Saturday will be at our normal start time. The pitch to Alex Vergara. Swung on, it's shot out to left field. That's going to send Michael Diaz back. It's going to be off the base of the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Vergara's going to streak for second. He's going to slide in safely, and the Miners trail 6-4.
The momentum of this game has been absolutely turned on its head. Here in the 8th inning, Alex Vergara hops up immediately, double flex, lets out a yell, and the Miners have new life.
Tying run to the plate, it's going to be Cade Manning. These Miners just do not quit. Vergara's pumped up a much-needed double, his third of the year. Give him RBIs 8 and 9. Cade Manning with one swing of the bat can tie the game here in the 8th, if you can believe it. Kai stares him down. Vergara with a healthy lead off second. Kai comes set and brings it to Manning. Fastball, called strike over the outside corner.
If you're the Miners, keep attacking. This is a pitcher that is completely reeling at this point. A home run, another 2-run shot there from Vergara after walks and doubles. Keep it going.
A 1 pitch to Cade Manning. Pokes it foul. Well, for the Miners, you're feeling pretty good about your 8th inning, even if Manning is retired here. Pressure is on now for the Bucs, who only lead by 2.
Look at that scoreboard, Howie. 4 errors tonight for the Miners. You take away a couple of those, and who knows what the score is.
0-1. Fouled away. 2 unearned runs surrendered by the Miners in this one. One last inning in the 8th. Manning trying to hang tough. He trails 0-2 in the count. Kai comes set and delivers it way outside. Couple arms working down the right field line for Matsu. Tough to tell from here.
I was going to say maybe Nate Rolka back up.
Maybe Ben Alley as well.
Yeah.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Cade Manning fan, but the Miners inch closer. A leadoff home run by Casey Sunseri. A 2-run double by Alex Vergara. Don't go anywhere. Off to the 9th. Bucs 6, Miners 4. As you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Things suddenly interesting here at Herman Brothers Field as the Miners score 3 times in the 8th. Your score now, Bucs 6, Miners 4, 1 more inning to play. As Ben Alley comes into the game to face the top of the Bucs lineup, takes over for Cole Townsend, who departs after 1 inning. Townsend gave up 2 runs, 1 earned. Ben Alley, the Alaska kid, goes to work and skips one up there and promptly hits Cody Graybeck, who takes first to start the ninth.
Love getting to see Ben Alley, the local. And I like seeing him in a situation like this. He's come into games when the score is a little bit out of hand, I think. This is his real first experience in a leverage role.
This is a big spot for Ben Alley, making his 3rd appearance of the year. So far, no runs given up by Alley. First pitch. He's low for ball 1. He has had command issues. He's only allowed 1 hit. It was a double. He's walked 3, struck out 3. 3 innings of work for Alley. Faces off with Garrett Anglum here. Good lead for Graybeck. There he goes. Pitch high. Throw down to second. A strike. But not in time. A great jump by Cody Graybeck, who went on first move. Alley never paid attention to him, and he swipes the bag.
For knowing the potential of the Miners' catching unit here, the Bucs are stealing a lot of bases, or attempting to at least.
They've already been caught stealing once. They've stolen twice as Ben Alley just walked Graybeck over to third.
Not the start you wanted here in the 9th. That is all right. You still have time and opportunity.
Runner on third, nobody out. 2-0 the count on Anglum. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Infield in for the Miners. They don't want to give up a 7th run and go down by 3. Really need Alley to bear down here and get some outs. Offense just rallied in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 to Garrett. Skips up there, 3 balls and a strike.
And if Ben Alley can work out of this jam, this is potentially career-changing. This is a guy that didn't have the opportunity to play a whole lot at Georgetown College in Kentucky this year.
3-1. Way high.
And will now have to work out of a jam with runners on the corners. Let's say he does. I would bet you his confidence probably soars.
Here comes Tower LeBrun. And the rest of the infield, we will see if it is a short outing for Ben Alley with Nate Rolka up and ready.
It is.
And it will be. So this isn't the MLB. No 3-batter minimum. Alley gone after 2.
Yeah, this is a tough one here for Ben Alley as he allows a hit by pitch. And then the walk there. A balk in the middle of it all. He bridges to Nate Rolka. Understandable decision. You got to keep this game at 6-4. Maybe not Ben Alley's night, but he does not allow a run in his 2 batters faced.
So Alley disappointed. He will get a hand from the entire first base dugout. Fist pumps. This is a team. And just not the night for Ben Alley, who gives way to Nate Rolka, who will make his 7th appearance. So far, so good for Nate Rolka. He's allowed 3 hits, no runs, walked 9, struck out 10, hit a few, over 8 innings of work, and this is when you need Nate Rolka to have his strikeout stuff.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it this week a good bit as well. Nate Rolka kind of turned into the 9th inning guy now, as we saw Colthausen earlier in the game. I don't know what it means for the future, but he knows leverage. He knows how to handle it.
Rolka out of the University of Delaware. He's a blue hen, along with Daniel Frake, who's his teammate there and here in Matsu. A 3.18 ERA for Rolka in 2022, over 11 and a third innings pitched, 9 runs, 4 earned, 7 walks, 16 strikeouts for Nate Rolka, who hails from Dalton, Pennsylvania. A redshirt sophomore who is 21 years old. And Trey for Rolka, if he's hitting his spots, he's a really tough pitcher to hit, but as I mentioned, a lot of walks as well.
Yeah, his stuff is deadly. When he's on, fun to watch. Lackawanna. As kind of look at the totals in this game. 6 runs, 8 hits and 2 errors. 4 runs, 6 hits and 4 errors for the Miners. It has been a loaded board.
Nate Rolka's warm-up tosses are over. He will face Mitch Simon, who has reached base 3 times in this game. A couple of hits, a walk, and a run scored for Mitch Simon, who comes up in a big spot. Runners on the corners, top of the 9th inning. Miners trail 6-4. Rolka will toe the rubber with his right foot, stretch out his left leg, stare down his catcher Lancia, twirl the ball around his right kneecap, set at the belt, and deliver the first pitch to Simon. Swing and a miss. Nasty off-speed pitch by Rolka to start Mitch.
Yeah, Simon didn't have a chance there as he kind of gives up on it. Nasty curveball from Rolka to start.
Rolka checks on Anglum at first. Delivers the 0-1. Runner goes from first. Pitch swung on. Grounded out to third. Sinceri will check the runner on third base and fire across for out number 1. Garrett Anglim down to second on the ground out.
Yeah, it's too bad that ball wasn't hit a little harder. And it's too bad the runner Anglim was going for second. Might have been 2 outs. Might have had to concede the run, though, so would have been a tough decision. Makes the easy one there, and now 1 away.
Yeah, the play probably would have been to get the force out at second after checking the runner. I don't know. Would have been tough. Infield in. Michael Diaz, the batter. Runners on second and third, 1 out. A big first out for Rolka. We'll try to get a couple more and hold the Bucs at 6. Pitch to Diaz. Fastball strike. Some more action down the right field line. It's been a busy bullpen for the Miners. CJ Hood tossing. A 1 pitch to Diaz. Up and in. Saw Nate Rolka pitch in last night's contest in Anchorage. Worked a scoreless frame, walked 1.
If the Miners can get out of this, somehow find a way to tie the game in the 9th. You love how it sets up for CJ Hood. It'll almost be like a start.
1-1. Inside 2 balls and a strike. Rolka did face Diaz in the game last night. Gave up a hit to him.
This is the one that counts.
Cody Graybeck on third. Anglim on second. And a 2-1 pitch to Diaz. Drops in. Missed inside. 3-1.
Yeah, Lindsay really strict with his strike zone, if nothing else. Not giving that inside corner on lefty hitters.
And now what?
I think it's an intentional walk here.
Oh, okay. Tyler LeBrun out of the dugout. 4 fingers up. And James Dillard out of the dugout as well to meet on the mound. The pitching coach for the Miners.
Yeah, I don't disagree with this move at all. You have the middle of the lineup now. Mason Marinko does have 2 hits in this game, but you'll take your chances. You get the force out at each bag now.
Force at every base. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, once the Miners get there, it will be Jacob Steele, Carter Young, Casey Sinceri. Scheduled as Connor Lindsay will come out, and it looks like it is not going to be Mason Marinko either. Alex Champagne has grabbed a bat as the Bucs want to go right on left here.
Yeah, this is where we need to keep our eyes out, Howie. We know what is possible. We saw it last night, 5 substitutions. All kinds of movement. This is a rarity, though. Just 1 as we play the 9th.
So it's Alex Champagne pinch hitting for Mason Marinko here in the 9th inning. Champagne started yesterday's game in left field, was eventually taken down. He was 0 for 1 with a walk in his 2 plate appearances yesterday. Bases loaded. Graybeck on third. Anglim on second. Diaz on first. 6-4 Bucs here in the 9th. Pitch to Alex Champagne. Tipped. In and out of the mid of Lancia. Strike 1.
Just settle down. If you're Nate Rolka, find a way to get these 2 outs. If it's a 3-run game, becomes a lot harder. Not over. Just can't allow a base hit.
A 1 pitch to Champagne. Here it comes. Fastball right there, a strike.
You almost wonder if Nate Rolka just wasn't ready to go to start the inning, as we saw Ben Ali come out originally.
I was thinking the same thing about Alex Champagne, who's coming off the bench cold, asked to face the heat of Rolka, who can touch 93. 0-2 pitch. Off the plate outside. Scheduled next is right-hander Dylan Fesperman. He is on deck. Volker trying to get Champagne. 1-2 pitch. Got him. Strike 3 called.
What a big strikeout in this game. I mean, of all the moments, the Miners been lackadaisical, you could say, or they've just struggled to hit the baseball. Struggled on defense with their 4 errors. Not been their night, but that strikeout keeps them in this game as they still have life. Down 6-4, and now 2 outs. Just need 1 more.
Runners on first and third with nobody out. Rolka trying to get out of it without allowing a run. Batter is Fesperin with the bases loaded, 2 down. Rolka delivers. Off the plate outside.
Trying to pull off the Houdini act here in the 9th.
Be huge if he could get out Fesperman. Send us to the bottom, just trailing by 2. 1-0. High ball 2. No place to put Dylan Fesperman.
The Miners would start with Jacob Steele in the 9th. Will start as they will get that frame and then back to the top. Some opportunity.
Shorter bench for Tyler LeBrun. No Josh Pano, so just 2 bench players. Trey Triolo, Brandon Heidel. 2-0. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
I wonder if we see Triolo in that leadoff role to start the bottom of the 9th.
We'll see. We'll see what the Bucs do pitching-wise, as Kai's night will probably be through. Tough to see the number all the way from here. Down the left field line. 2-1. Inside corner, strike 2.
1 more, Nate Roca. Keep this game alive.
Rolka tucks the glove under his left arm, comes set at the belt. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nate Rolka works out of the ninth, strands 3 runners. We're off to the bottom half. 2 to tie, 3 to win. Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Bottom of the ninth as the Miners look to pull off their greatest act yet. They trail the Bucs by 2, need 3 to win. Francis Kai will surprisingly continue on. He's already given up 4 earned runs to this point. Blake Hammond is losing down the left field line just in case things get crazy here in the ninth. It's Kai versus Steele to start, and the first pitch is pulled off the plate outside. Danger zone here for the Bucs, Trey.
The 9th inning is always a little bit more interesting, Howie. Let's see how interesting the Miners can make it tonight.
1-0 to Jacob. Did that hit him? Hit the bat. Foul ball.
That is brutal. It would have been a hit by pitch. He knows it. Wentz is in pain, but Wentz is because he knows he would have had first if he had held back just a bit.
Just a foul ball for Jacob Steele, who produced the last walk-off for the Miners. Walk-off single for him a couple nights ago, 1-1. That one almost hit him, 2-1.
Yeah, dangerous to go right back there. Off speed that time, but still a dangerous pitch from Kai.
Also just really surprising that Kai is continuing on here. He's already thrown 2 innings.
And struggled.
Yeah,
Allowed 3 runs,
2-1.
4 runs.
Up and in, 3 balls and a strike. He's issued 2 walks. He's given up a homer, 2 doubles. 3 doubles make it. It's Jacob Steele touching him for a double, his first time up against him. 3-1. Good cut. Fouled straight back off the top of our roof.
Ow.
Bloop and a blast, Trey. That's what the Miners need here in the 9th.
They're going to have the guys. After Steele, it'll be Young, Sinceri, and Avila.
Payoff pitch to Jacob Steele. Good cut again. Right back to the chain link. Will rattle the camera.
Calm down, Jacob.
Come on, Jacob. We're trying to produce a show up here.
Just got to stay alive.
Digs back into the right-handed batter's box. Kai delivers another 3-2. Strike 3 called, outside corner. Tough call this time for Jacob Steele.
You'd hate to see it, but you can live with it. Still opportunities for Young, Sinceri, and Avila.
5th strikeout for Francis Kai. He's been good in that regard. Carter Young will bat. He struck out 3 times in this game, lined out as well. Kai brings it to him. Swinging a little flare into left center field. That ball's going to drop down for a hit. Young will make the turnaround first. No need to go any further. Tying run will come to the plate. Right guy, right time. Casey Sunseri homered his last time up.
So you're saying there's a chance, Howie?
Oh, yeah.
Batting, third baseman, Casey Sensei.
You can just feel the tension now rising. Over on the left side,
Kai.
anticipation building.
Kai trying to knuckle down. Toes the left side of the rubber. Pitching from the stretch now. The pitch to Sunseri. Up and in. I am shocked that Ken Hocuff has not gone to the mound to pull Kai yet.
Looks like he's about 2 steps away from the grass. I think the first chance he gets, he'll do so.
Might be too late. Sunseri already has hit 1 home run off Kai. Young leads off first. The 1-0. Nowhere near. 2-0. And now a meeting between Smith and Kai.
If you're Sinceri, keep the bat on your shoulder right now. I think it has to be center cut right down Broadway if you want to take a hack. Kai is all over the place.
If Sunseri can reach, Blake Avila would come up and he would represent the winning run.
That's who you would want in that situation. I'd take any of these guys, honestly. 5 over 300 at one point this week.
2-0. Good cut. Fouled straight back. Right back on our roof. Tumbles off of it. Strike 1.
All kinds of souvenirs up here for us, Howie, if we had the opportunity to take advantage.
Yeah, that one got through the netting. Off to our right. Kai delivers the 2-1 pitch. Outside corner called strike.
That's a really nice ball there. From Kai, as he threw a 2-seam that kind of broke out to the corner. Tough to see.
Lindsey gave it to him. Sunseri down to his final strike. 2-2. Chops it out to second. New second baseman Champagne in. Tags out Carter Young. That's all they'll get.
Yeah, that was an exciting play, if nothing else. You knew that the ball would get there right as Carter Young was. Tried to kind of duck and dodge around him. You see the shortstop there, Cody Grayback, kind of making an argument that should be runner's interference. That should be the end of the game, but the umpire explained it to him. He was still on the baseline. He was able to have that lane. It's an out nonetheless.
Blake Avila will bat. Sunseri reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 outs now in the 9th. Right guy, right time. 3 home runs for Avila. The pitch from Kai. Outside ball 1. Alex Champagne, the new second baseman, he pinch hit for Marinko, took his place as Ken Hocuff kept it simple for us this time.
Just need one. If you're Blake Avila,
Try to get his pitch. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Again, the danger for the Bucs. If Avila reaches, next batter, Steven Lancia, would represent the winning run.
and Cirelli on deck. You just go through this lineup, Howie. So many dangerous hitters.
Kai trying to press on here and pick up the save for the Bucs. 2-0. Called strike. He would qualify for the save via the 3-inning rule. If he can set down Blake Avila here. But the Miners right fielder has other ideas. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Kai brings it. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. Blake Avila looking for the fastball. Got a changeup.
Yeah, looking for the long ball there. Big cut by Avila. That's what you need in this situation, though.
Now he has to battle in a 2-2 count. Talked to him before the game. Said, you know, guys on, guys not on. I just try to hit gaps. Try to hit them where they ain't. Needs one right here in a 2-2 count. 2 outs in the ninth. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Francis Kai able to rally, and the Bucs able to hand the Miners their 3rd loss of the season. They win it 6-4.
This game was a really interesting ball game, Howie. We saw the Bucs come out, take a lead. They didn't really look back in their time. With Owen Wild on the mound, he had a dazzling start, but all of a sudden, these Miners came back, as they've done all year long. A little too much, a little too late. They score 4 runs and end up losing this one by 2, 6-4, as the Bucs get their first win over these Miners in 2022.
The Miners now 4-1 against the Bucs on the season. They are 13-3 on the year. The Bucs improved to 6-9, and now 4-2 on the road for Anchorage. A tough game for the Miners. Bucs scored early 3 times in the first inning. Miners tried to rally late, but they couldn't. Trey, in a losing effort, who was your player of the game for Matsu?
Yeah, maybe going to have to look down the list here for a second, but the more that I think about it, got to go Nate Rolka. He comes in a dire situation there, trying to keep it at 2 runs. Ends up in a bases-loaded situation. Works, continues to work, gets out of it, keeps this game at 6-4 to the 9th. Obviously, the Miners didn't have enough to come back and win it, but Nate Rolka kept him there. He is my player of the game tonight. Who do you got, Howie?
That is a good pick, Trey, as I'm going to go with Casey Sunseri. Picks up his first home run of the year, and in a losing effort for the Miners, but it was fun nonetheless, as the Bucs score 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, 9 men left for Anchorage, 4 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors, 8 men left for the Miners, as Rhett McCafferty is going to be charged with a loss in this one. Owen Wild picks up the win for the Bucs. Francis Kai with the save. Stick around. We'll have a post-game interview with head coach Tyler LeBrun right here on YouTube. You don't want to miss it. Miners fall to 13-3, but they still lead the Alaska Baseball League. Back at Herman Brothers Field, where the Miners just lost 6-4 to the Anchorage Bucs, their third loss of the season. They fall to a lousy 13-3. We are joined by third base coach Kyle Watson. Coach, probably not the game you wanted tonight, but the Miners off to a red-hot start this year.
Yes, sir. You're exactly right. And things like this happen. You know, you come into a 13-2 and on a hot streak, and they throw a guy that's a dude. He's a pretty daggone good pitcher. And you run into to evenings like this where it just seems like not a whole lot went your way. But I was proud of the fight at the end, put up a 2-spot or a 3-spot there in the 8th to make it a ball game again and crawl to within 6-4. And proud of those guys.
What does that fight tell you about this team, Coach? 1 run in the 7th, 3 runs in the 8th. They bring the tying run to the plate in the 9th. They take the loss, but what does that fight tell you about this team?
It's just fun to watch. These guys, we have a good group of guys. They're fun. They're good individuals that are working hard, not only here on the field, in the weight room, but a lot of community stuff as well. And they're gelling at the right time. And we're baseball is a tough game. In any other sport, you go 3 out of 10, and you're not going to be considered very good. But here on the baseball diamond, that's not half bad. So to watch these guys fight and have each other's backs, Rhett didn't necessarily have his greatest stuff early. He settled down, and we made some plays behind him a little bit. He settled down and threw strikes and got him off balance and did what he does best. So and it's good to have games like that every now and then. You don't want your whole season to be up by 4 or 5 every game, all game, and that way when the chips fall at the end in the playoffs, we've had some tough times that we've had to come through. You want those.
Yeah, no doubt. Your team has been unbelievably resilient to this point in the year. That's why they're 13-2. And as we kind of reflect on this past week, 9 games in 8 days, what was your favorite part of the run as they end up going 7-2 on the stretch?
Oh, baseball is the greatest part of the run. I did a podcast not long ago, and I told him I think my heart has some baseball laces on it. I just love this game and love being around these guys and Coach Tyler and Coach Dillard, and they're just a lot of fun to be around. And we're here in Alaska, the most beautiful place I've been to play baseball. I can't get any better than that. So 9 games in 8 days, it's a lot, and it's taxing on your legs a little bit, but most of all, it's taxing on your arms out of the bullpen and your starters. And Coach Dillard's doing a tremendous job getting quality innings out of everybody that he rolls out there, and he's managing this staff really, really well, and it's fun to watch.
Coach, after today, the off day tomorrow, of course, 2 more games at home, and then a 12-game road stand in league play, including the trip to Kenai. How do you look for the team to respond to so many games away from home?
It's going to be tough. Playing on the road is always tough, no matter how far you go. It can be just down the street, across town, or whatever. But an away game's an away game, and that's why they call them that. You get the home crowd here at home. You got the, I don't know. We had probably 700 or 800 people here tonight and cheering for us, and it's a fun place to be. But on the road's tough. But you got to do it. You have to do it, whether it be all in 1 week or 2 weeks or sprinkled among the season. It's a whole different grind. 8 games in 7 days is one grind, and now 12 on the road's another one. But we're going to find out a lot about our guys and a lot about how we play the game, and just looking forward to it. Actually, it's a fun thing to be a part of.
Yeah, no doubt. I know you were also looking forward to your family coming up here to visit. They've been here for a few days now. Talk about how that's gone and what it's like getting to share this experience with them.
Oh, it's great. My wife and one of my daughters is here. The other one's stayed at home and had work obligations to take care of. But we're having a good time seeing the sights and things like that. And she's been a part of this my baseball career for the last 10 years, and my wife knows what comes with it. We can go sightseeing and stuff while we're here, but at a certain time of the day, it's time to go back to the field and start getting ready for that evening. Coaches' wives, coaches' significant others are special people. There's a lot that goes into it that's behind the scenes that regular, I don't want to say regular people, I don't know how to say that, but they're unaware of what really goes into what we do.
Well, Coach, we thank you again for your time. Enjoy your off day tomorrow. Get out with your family, see the sights, and take in everything that Alaska has to offer. The Miners drop the game to the Bucs by a final score of 6-4. They fall to 13-3 on the season. Be sure to join us on Saturday night, where we'll have another matchup with the Chugiak Chinooks. That'll be at 7 o'clock local time, 11 o'clock Eastern. For Trey Yanity, my name is Howie Boxley, signing off from Herman Brothers Field.